All right, should be live.
Also, I'm in the back room. I'm hoping that there is no doggos randomly deciding.
Oh, it's fine if there is, because I have dogs and I have dogs. I have one dog.
Come here, baby boy. Thank you. Oh boy.
All right, so because now we're live. All right, welcome to this really awkward 5-year anniversary of an awkward web series. So that's enthusiastic.
Yay! Is the stream link actually up?
Yeah, it's up. Yeah, oh my god, dude, like real talk, I finally got to shave today and I'm so happy.
What is the link? Where's the link?
I'm doing it right now. I'm getting it right now. So
okay.
Yeah, it's one second. I'm organized and professional. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I did not want to hit. All right, I accidentally hit like. So, all right, people that are listening here, we have a bunch of people talking. If you're new, if this is the first time you're here, my name's Adam. I am an animator, writer, voice actor on occasion. Excuse me. I do an animated web series called Shattered Heaven. I also am working on an animated web series called Dragon Star with Buckland. I was going to have some stuff for that today, but I don't because I've been exhausted. Kira might be coming later because I know she had a last-second session, which I knew was going to happen. I was like, I knew it was going to happen. I was like, someone's going to, at the last second, have a VO session. So it's cool. So, yeah. Right. Oh yeah. Hi, Ellie. Shaving. I literally meant I haven't shaved in like a week because I've been working on stuff, so I haven't had time to like get rid of the production hermit beard. So I'm glad that's gone. So anyway, I am joined with fellow. Yo, that's exactly what happens. It's when you get like when you're working on stuff. No, it's gone. I am a mess. It's just because you know how I get. I get very obsessive with my work, and it's like I kind of have like a narrow, like I have like a one-track mind, and I won't do anything but that, and it's very unhealthy for me.
Not like you at all. What is that?
Hold on. I've been messaged by a curb, so a curb might be showing up later as well. Anyway, yeah, so I am joined with some of my cast, friends, crew. I have Natalie, who is wonderful and helps me with sound design, as you will hear in the first 3 episodes when I did everything on my own, and it sounded like shit. It really did. She came in and saved.
I contacted you about doing it.
You did, and I was very, very happy about that. Because you saved my ass. And it was very, very appreciated. I should probably post this in other things because I'm stupid and I forget how to do this shit. Sorry, I'm a mess. I don't know how to social media. I mean, I do. I'm just lazy. Alright, anyway. So yeah, so Natalie, introduce yourself, what you do, and promote yourself and your, because you do some cool stuff.
I try.
You try. You do. It's good.
Can they hear me okay or a lot better?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Ellie said on the other ones, on the chat, so I was just like, can you hear me? Okay.
I should. Yeah, I'll turn up desktop audio. That should probably help a lot.
Cool.
Excuse me.
So yeah, my name's Natalie Van Sistine. I am the writer, director, producer, slave to the audio drama podcast that I create called the Elysium Project, and that's been my baby for years. Coming up, I almost hit 100,000 downloads on it, so that's really awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. I'm super excited. I also just got to announce that I was the re-recording mix engineer for the anime film Hells, which is coming out soon, released by Discotex. So that was my first feature film I ever got to work on, like officially in any official capacity. I've worked on projects that length-ish before, but it was main things I've ever done, and I got to use Jay Leno's old mix board to work on that, which was really cool.
Wow,
wow, that's really cool, actually.
There's a
bars on the like mixers themselves, or
no. The engineer I work with and who actually like totally saved my ass, it is like right down the road, and when Jay Leno's studio, like when he went off the air or whatever, they like auctioned off this board and he picked it up because he wanted to get into doing like audio for film and games and stuff. And he was the only person in the entire state that was set up to be able to do this, and I needed someone. And he's literally 5 minutes down the road. It's like, and we're in the middle of nowhere, so it was like the craziest thing that worked out.
That's awesome.
So anyways, that's random information about stuff. I also do like voiceover things. You've probably heard me in, oh gosh, what have I done? Rio Rainbow Gate was the only anime I've been in. I was in Death Battle as Wonder Woman.
Which was amazing.
That was a really good one, yes.
I had fun with that.
People need to go watch it if they haven't watched it yet. Yeah, Ellie, it's I'm just introducing the people that are in here. There will be cast. I'm going to start the marathon after we do stuff, and there'll be commentary on each episode, and I'll be showing some other stuff. I will be showing something else too. So yeah, it's Natalie. She does a lot of good stuff, and like you did Hells with Sound Cadence. That was Sound Cadence.
Hells is part of Sound Cadence. Yeah. So that was awesome.
That would be fun. So then we have Greg over here, who does voices, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why you brought me. I'm just here.
Probably because you're a main character, I guess. Probably something like probably a reason like that.
You know what? You keep saying that that's a bad thing, but it was your choice to make me that character. So.
Yeah, but I might could be regretting that.
I guess I should do a little introduction of myself.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg, you might want to up your volume because a lot of other people are having. Like, I don't want to like. I'll up.
Is that better?
Let me up because I'm upping the desktop audio for it, but I don't want.
Well, is that better? Am I louder at least, or?
Hey, Zuni. I mean, I hear you fine, but can I change that in Discord?
I mean, I like. What's again like this? Just...
Oh, yeah, I can. Hold on, let me up your... All right, try
Leo,
again.
I see what you're posting in chat. Shut the fuck up.
There we go. That should be better.
Okay.
I forgot I can up... Oh, wow,
Yeah, you can up our individual volume levels.
Yeah,
so.
You know what? I forgot that I had yours lowered for reasons previously. I guess that followed. Because we would play Overwatch when our friend Leone's in here, and I'm pretty sure I lowered your volume there. I guess it followed, so that's funny.
Well, yeah, but when was the last time we played together?
Okay, it's a while ago.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, now Leo says it's too loud.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Lower your volume, dude.
I did.
Yeah, all right. Your mic sucks because you're peaking.
It's a Blue Yeti. Okay, does that sound a little bit better?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I suppose I should do this now before we get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name's Greg Nugent. I am the voice of Stephen Novus.
For now.
Excuse me?
Nothing. Keep going.
I'm a voice actor, and some of you who are in chat might know me as Games with Greg on Twitch. And, yeah. I used to be... it was Chris Priscilla, wasn't it? I used to voice.
We're not talking about that series. That series doesn't exist. All right.
Okay.
We don't talk about that.
There was a series before this one.
Well, I'll go into that later because that's gonna be part of it.
But yeah. So Yeah, I mean, I guess there's really not much else to talk about. I'm a voice actor. I am a streamer. I've done background voices for several anime from Media Blasters, and I played a character in the series called what was it, Holy Night? Yeah, it was Holy Night, and that's about it. I mean, if Catherine's listening, I was also Gabriel in Dreamcatcher, so just
Yeah. She's not, so you're fine.
yeah. I mean,
That's a series that needs to come back. That was such a
It
great.
does. It
it
really
does.
does.
I honestly miss it. Like it's been 10 years if you guys can fucking believe it. But I
Yeah, it's
just
depressing.
Ask is that if she lets me re-record my lines for season 2
That's
because they are
That's
recorded.
if she goes to do it. Yeah, I need to re-record my lines for that at this point. But anyway, so that's Greg.
Kathy do Dreamcatcher season 2, but only after we re-record.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
me
need to-
too, because we have much better setups now. In fact, let's just do a reboot of the series and start over again, because I can gladly re-record everything and be able to do stuff that I couldn't do beforehand back in college.
It's funny.
So-
He says that he has a better
And-
setup now, but
Genuinely
That's
considered that
You
if
shut
I
your
was
whore
any
mouth, I
less
totally
busy,
anyway.
I genuinely considered asking her about
Yeah.
handling it.
Yeah, she needs a break. We're talking about. We also used to do audio dramas. We
Yes.
on a forum, and we met. This is where a lot of us we met each other.
Too.
Yeah, on a forum that doesn't exist anymore.
I'm kidding.
So anyway, I also have Chris here, who's done some music for me. Chris can introduce himself and what he's done and his fun journey in the online community. You don't have to go in detail because I would feel bad for you to recount that.
I don't have to. You're saying I don't have to.
You
or I
don't have you don't have to recount it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. My name is Christian Cruz, but I prefer just to be called Chris. I have done a lot of music that's on the internet at the moment. What I do for the most part is I rap, and you will hear some of the stuff I've done for, well, the one thing I've done so far for
The
Sharon
one
Heaven
thing.
with my band,
me.
whose name is yet to be decided because we can't decide on anything and we're horribly unorganized.
Don't worry,
But
so
for all
am I.
For all intents and purposes, for this stream, we'll go by Collective because that's what the song is under.
Yeah, that's what we. It was a really good song.
I thought when you wrote the song, you had a band name, so that makes sense. I was like, oh gosh, did I completely forget or like misremember this entire situation?
Yeah, no, it was like after that, I like looked on YouTube and I saw that there was like a EDM group
why would
called
that?
The Collective. And I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah, I remember you mentioned that. I was
can't
like,
do
oops.
that name anymore.
I hate it when that shit happens. It's like, oh no, oh no. So, all right, Shattered Heaven's a thing. It
That you made.
well, let me don't talk. It's rude. It actually is. It was based on my novel. It still is based on my novel. But like around 2006, I wanted to make it an animation, and I had no concept of what animation was at the time. I'm coughing thinking about it.
You're physically ill. You need to stop.
It's physically making him ill looking at this old
Yes.
DeviantArt MS Paint picture that he made back in the day.
Oh my god, seriously, what the fuck? What am I choking on?
Your own aspirations.
My pride? Definitely my pride. Oh my god!
Just the
What the
memory
fuck?
itself is just flooding back all this PTSD, and it's making you go, "No, we're not going here again.
Anyway.
we can't go back."
Oh shit. You know, I'm very happy that I had like the camera off at that moment, because that would have been. People would be like, "Dude, are you okay? Are you dying? What the hell's going on?" Okay, seriously,
We lied.
dude,
It's not
what
a
the
fifth
fuck?
anniversary stream. You're just gonna hear.
No, like
dying.
Adam, go get some water.
I have water. That's the problem. Anyway, what I was saying. So I definitely don't need video capture at this point. So yeah, so this was one of the old pictures. Because I used Flash mainly back in the day. This is actually one of the better ones. How it started was really, really bad. It's super embarrassing. But I'm going to show it because it's hilarious and people need to see where things start and how they evolve and all that stuff. So Shattered Heaven was a mech animated series like Gundam and based on a video game called Armored Core. It started out as fan fiction for Armored Core because Armored Core didn't have like a story technically. And it just kind of evolved. And then Dragon Ball Z happened and then it got really out of hand where it was like mechs going Super Saiyan. It was G Gundam before I saw G Gundam ever. So I was like, let's do a thing, and the thing was really bad. And where is the thing? Sorry, I'm just like looking. Oh God, it's so fucking bad.
Look, we all gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I don't want to though. I was trying to find where all the old episodes were. I couldn't find.
I feel like I found them not too long ago. Were they on your DeviantArt page or something?
Yeah, but I meant like on here because I wasn't gonna excuse me, die. This is the full episode.
Spoilers if
Okay.
you want to go find them. No, I'm
Oh
kidding.
no! Trust me, I am going to reluctantly show episode 1.
Oh boy.
Reluctantly. Reluctantly. So bad. You know it's bad when the thing was done in WMV format.
Oh.
it's like, oh no, why is this here?
He's all alone in the moon.
Yeah. Can I even? What? I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm just capture the screen. Damn it. I'm gonna laugh if it's like it can't play it. I mean, it can play it, but I'm gonna laugh my ass. Oh, you know, window capture is probably what I want. I'm bad at this. Entertain them, Greg.
With what?
I don't know, something.
My lack of talent, as you like to say?
Hey,
Oh.
you said it, not me.
Oh.
I'm just going by what you say all the time, Dad.
I don't know if it's gonna play. Or if it's gonna show up in the stream for some reason.
It might. Give it a chance.
No, it's not actually. Okay.
Black box.
Yeah, I know. I'm like it's showing up black. I guess because like WMV is so old. It's like F you. I don't want to cooperate. So I think I dodged a bullet there.
You don't have any other programs that can play it?
You have a couldn't you use like DLC player?
I don't have it on me. Let me see what else can we play. Oh, you know what? Maybe Windows. Well, the thing was, I can play it, but it's not. OBS isn't picking it up. Is my point. Which is weird.
See,
Yeah, it's like.
OBS is weirdly particular about certain things. I
Yeah, I don't know why.
Couldn't you set OBS to like?
I probably have to restart the whole thing.
I mean, OBS usually isn't cool with video files themselves, but
It
if you
works
play
fine.
it as if you're watching it on your screen, then that should be able to work.
Genius. That's what I've been doing.
like an anti-piracy thing. You mean?
No. He mean that's what I was doing. It just wasn't picking up for some reason. I don't know why. Like it works fine with MP4s and stuff like that, but I guess because it's try media
Play it
player.
through Windows Movie Maker.
Well, I'm trying media player, and no, it's not actually. It's like a. All right. So anyway, cool. I dodged a bullet there. It was bad. We'll leave it at that. So what ended up happening was, it was a full. I did like 4 episodes, and then I started a 5th episode. Oh, that one has stuff. All right, this I can play.
Oh boy!
I can play the episode 5 preview. Okay. The last, technically, episode of the original series where there's a Bakugo in this one.
Oh Christ!
This was when Clifford was still part of this show. It's that old. We have a Cliff Chapin in this one.
Wait, Adam, I found it.
What? I don't want to watch
found
it.
it.
I know where it was.
I
Oh
found
no
it.
no 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 no! If she found it, now we have to watch it. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Like,
Do it, do it, do it,
Fine.
do it.
All things on the internet.
I knew where it was. I just wasn't gonna go to it. I don't need you to give me the link. I was just trying to avoid it.
Dad never forgets.
oh, someone posted.
Never forgets.
No, I have it. It's,
The truth revealed.
It was on my old account. It was on my old YouTube. Oh, you posted it in the link. Oh, awesome. You posted it. You actually posted it in the stream. Oh. Oh, it's only part 1 though. Okay, that's fine. All right.
I know. I'm being generous. I felt generous.
That's on my Nike drummer account, which I don't use anymore.
I think I've seen this.
I'm sure you have, dude.
You did it at that panel, right?
Yeah, I definitely did it at the panel. So that's a thing. We're gonna go to this though, because this one's slightly better, not by much. Not by much at all. Cool beans. I like it when it like finds it. All right. So here's the other awkward part of this. My throat is like now actually working.
Hair.
Yeah, that hair is amazing. In the first act, listen, the hair had its like own like character and everything. So anyway, on the screen
where they have to like animate it with its own separate rig and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. At that time, actually, the hair was on its own layer. Excuse me.
There you go.
It was on its own layer.
No, I believe it.
Because
I believe it.
shit was flowing like you have to have that like flowing wind and shit. So this is really bad. This is so bad. It got better. Season 2, I'm very happy with season 2. Like the new trailer is really good. And I actually say that with confidence for once. So what happened with the first season, with the first series? At the end, this is like 2011, I think. I was starting to get a little like disheartened. Like, I'm not gonna go deep here, but starting to go through depression around this time, and I wasn't sure where I was gonna take, where the series was gonna go. Episode 4 was the last one that was fully finished, but I had a preview of 5, and kind of spoilery at this point because the original series takes place after everything that's going on right now. It's like 8 years after the current series. Also, you see like on the bottom banner, because it was such a bad promotional thing for the original novel, which is getting re-released, which Natalie here is editing. Bless her soul for that.
Bless you, Natalie.
So this was the end.
At the rate we're going.
Oh God. Okay. So I need to stop for a second.
Dude, it's like taking off a Band-Aid.
It is like, dude, it's like extremely like taking off a Band-Aid. Fuck it. Okay, just go.
Things will end up being the same.
It's so emo.
You still think too much.
That's a Bakugo.
What's the real problem? Don't tell me you still blame yourself for what
This is
happened.
so
When you think it's time you get over it?
I'm like crying right now.
Easier said than done. If it wasn't
So
for you,
Flash was. I can't watch it.
then we can actually be having this conversation in person.
Okay, Adam, take off the Band-Aid.
I took the Band-Aid off. It hurts.
I've gotten stronger, you know.
Yeah.
Really?
You like explosions
Show
and
me.
you're a dick now, apparently.
No chance for you to survive!
See?
You're the one.
Oh
Raising
God,
chaos
it's
you
so
brought into this
bad.
world.
Oh
I didn't know what Genesis did to you.
my God, it's
I
so
didn't
bad.
realize it was you I was fighting back then.
I'm
You
crying.
If you keep complaining, no one's gonna hear it.
with little
That's the point.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, everything's calculated.
Myself,
No, this is pretty bad.
it's about time you let it go.
It's pretty bad. Compared to what the series is now and what season 2 is going to be.
Else in here.
All right, a random Kira Buckland.
talking to myself, I suppose.
Did it freeze? No.
You all right?
I wonder about that every now and then, but I suppose so.
never did. get
John,
to
your
thank you
music
for
back
early.
then was fine. Chill.
You know, for saving me.
Like, he's got like
I'm
no
not
forehead.
sure how much
It's just
longer I
like-
can hold out.
Wow. Okay, that was a thing. Oh, that's why I'm like watching the stream, and I'm like the stream is a little behind.
It's not something that needs thanks.
There's always
You
delays.
say that, and yet
Yeah.
I still feel the need to thank
It's
you.
fine.
I guess I'll just have to accept it then.
So,
You're welcome.
did Adam get that hair on loan from Kira Yamato or what?
It's actually a lot more beautiful than I expected it to be.
I'm gonna punch you.
You're from the colony, huh? So far away from
I love how
home,
the
and
mech just
yet
kinda-
you're getting
I
caught
don't
up in
actually know what
politics.
show that's from, so.
It was an
uh,
official
Gundam
request.
Seed.
Couldn't really
Gundam
help
Seed.
it. And
What
it's rare
everyone
to
says
find
that I
an
ripped off.
opportunity to actually get to see our home planet.
Because
You're
characters.
a lot more welcoming to this idea than
I just it's protagonist hair where it's like
Honestly, I have my
gravity
doubts.
defying.
I still don't know what caused the separation in
That's
the
important.
communications back
It's like all over the place in like the
The
air, and
answer
it's
has
just
to be
like
here, doesn't
hanging.
don't know.
That
Ah,
one strand that goes across the face.
I know. It's like bless.
Because all protagonists have that one bang that just goes across their face beautifully.
Seems like we're getting ready to dock.
The fucking antennas.
Once it's all over,
The fucking antenna hair.
facility on Prometheus. I came
And now
here
you have the
to
Autobot matrix of leadership floating in space. What the?
That is a colony, sir.
be a chief.
It's like in the shape of a planet with like a
think so?
ring. It's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was doing
That's your
back
real
then.
mission, after all, isn't it?
How?
I love how Kira does all the anime gasps. Like
It's not a big deal. I can tell just from looking at you.
this is like back in the day when we all were super weebs and we
That
were
type
all
of
like,
connection is rather hard to find in someone.
You mean we're not anymore?
yeah.
Not my place.
Yeah, someone already that already happened, Nation. That already happened, dude. The flaying did happen.
Getting caught up in our mess.
You know how pissed I was about that too, by the way? Because like I wrote everything before I watched Gundam Seed,
Later.
and then I was like, when Gundam Seed came out, I was like,
Yeah.
God damn it, I flayed her. Like she's fucking flay.
That to me twice. I'm still bitter.
Oh God! All right, so
Where I just am eternally bitter about that, and I'm like, I have notes somewhere, and someday I can prove that I thought of it first.
They see rolling, they hate in.
Flash could not handle the rain features. Flash couldn't handle shit.
Flash can't handle all those lines, man.
Those lines, dude. Thank God I use like After Effects now.
I'm only doing what is in the best interest of our company.
This is only 7 years ago, by the way. It's not even a full decade.
It's our mistake.
So these are actually Caleb's. That's Caleb's old design. Where I was like, what the fuck do I want it to look like?
Wait, which one? The one in the foreground or the background?
The one with that one with the.
As for our agreement,
So the one with the Catra hair.
you will have your shot at Novus when it's all said and
Oh my God, is it Contra hair?
I think
God damn it! Like Severance still looks the same. He still has the slick back, like the slick back hair and shit like that. Is there more? No. Okay, it's done. Okay, so that was a thing. Not awkward at all. Oh my God, that was painful. All right, 1 second. How do I do things?
So, a quick question here. This image right here, is it based off the events of the second book or or
The fourth
further
book.
in the series?
Fourth book.
Okay, so then, yeah, I mean, then I have no idea who the character in the middle is.
Hold on. Excuse me. The character in the middle is Solus. He was actually from a colony that got forgotten about, and I scrapped this whole plan, actually. It's not the thing anymore, because... Oh, Travis is in the thing now, so he should be coming in soon. So, excuse me. What ended up happening was like the whole idea was like after the third book.
It's a Travis.
It's a Travis.
Hello.
Yo.
There's a Travis. All right, cool. More people are showing up.
Hooray!
Hooray, people! So Travis was part of the original series as well.
Hello.
He actually is one of the few people that retains stuff.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Depends.
At times and things and all the fun stuff.
Amber.
And here's another. And we got another person coming in. See, now everyone starts showing up. So,
Fashionably late.
hey,
Yep.
you know what? That's totally fine. We got the embarrassing shit out of the way.
I don't know.
No, we don't, because there is more old Shattered Heaven shit that's gonna go on. So yeah, the original plot of like the fourth book that got stopped, and I ended up doing the anime series, was colonies that were like left alone and forgotten about, like got pissed that they were left alone, and so they decided to wage war on Earth and Mars and shit like that. So that was a thing. I changed that because I was like, that's a little too Gundam-y. Let's not go full Gundam, please.
I mean, I was going to say that, but I resisted.
Dude, you're allowed to. It's a 5-year anniversary stream. We can make fun of me. It's totally fine. I'm making fun of myself.
I mean, I don't need an anniversary to do that.
Is what it is. 1 second. All right, so that I don't need anymore. So after I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with the series, I had this random ass idea. First of all, I met my friend Carly, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. She's a professional animator in the industry in Canada and whatnot, and she helped me a lot, like redo things. And like we redesigned, some of the characters to make them not look stupid. 1 second. So what I decided to do was I ended up writing a script because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with myself. What? That's not what I want. Sorry, I'm like stupid right now. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right, cool. So I had this weird lull time where I wasn't sure what I was going to do, where I didn't know if I was going to continue the series or if I wanted to do something different. Hold on 1 second.
I apologize.
No, you're
for
fine.
being late.
Dude.
I ended up staying at work a little long playing with the one of my coworkers' dogs. He's been bringing him in.
Perfectly
like, at least
fine.
twice.
It's honestly like that's the best reason to be late.
It's a
Valid excuse.
It's a 4.5-month-old golden retriever puppy named Sophie,
Oh, wow.
and it is adorable.
Even more justified.
There
It
was
really
always
is.
a valid excuse.
I knew things were going good when I was like, "I'll see you later, Sophie," and Sophie ended up consuming my whole wrist into her mouth. I'm like, "All right, I'll stay 5 more minutes."
Excuse me, I keep like trying not to die. So
That Band-Aid, it was too painful.
no, well this next Band-Aid's not as bad. Keyword, not as bad.
No, this is the movie, right?
This is the movie trailer.
Yeah, where Travis himself was a son of a bitch.
Yo, we had. Oh my god, the read-throughs we did. Just like I don't know why, but I just like for writing. They were delectable. That's what they were. Okay, they were.
I can't think of any other word to describe it.
They were delectable.
They honestly were.
So, like when I wrote this, I really liked the script. It came out. It actually was a really good script. It was
really solid.
It was a sequel to the first book because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I was like, let's write a movie script and maybe I'll kickstart this. Oh God, I'm so happy I didn't because I was not at a level good enough for that. But still, I was still trying to figure out what I want to do and.
You're like, Travis, you never played villains. How about you play?
How about you play
Always being a villain.
How about you play Lad Russo? That's what it was.
Bakano, and I'm like, yes.
Because I was watching Bakano at the time when I was scripting it, and I was like, oh my god, I need a Lad Russo. I need a Lad Russo villain. It needs to happen.
Everyone needs a psychopath that wears a white wedding dress.
Keep in mind, Travis, Midnight Twilight's going to happen down the line. It 100% is going to.
Perfect.
And we are going to do it. And you're going to kill that role. Being a I
Man,
guess.
I think there's one where I'll drain the line.
Economics is gonna hire you for every single fucking villain.
Perfect.
No, I am so excited to re-record that script purely.
Same here.
just
I'm
for the,
like,
the
because now they have a
level
better
of-
understanding of the character of Steven, so.
Yeah.
It was funny because I remember when we were reading the script, we would always start with like this really long line where it basically sounded like Lad Russo Pilot was rubbing his nips. And everyone was sitting there going, wow, he's really enjoying himself.
Dude, did I write that?
No.
Okay, good, because I was like, I don't know if I remember doing
The
that.
choice that Travis made of how the character would say these lines is like, oh, you got the Azure Knight with you.
No, but literally the lines were this built like, oh, I've never felt pain like this before. And I was just like, man, he is like just rubbing his nips.
He was a-
Powers him up.
Travis, now I can unsee like him every once in a while going, yeah. Yes.
I want you to show the mech suit, but then you hear like a zipper sound.
Dude, we can do
And
it.
you just see him dressed up as like fucking Salamander Man from Filthy Frank, just going, yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, he was a mix of Lad Russo and Kimley from FMA. That's who he was. So this was the Midnight Twilight trailer that was done. Alright, good, it's playing. Just making sure. So this was like the next stage of my animation. What was better than what the original series was.
Look at that high production.
Azure Pro
Studio.
Studio.
Yeah, I was having fun that time. I think this is a Seymour now. Yeah.
What's the situation?
Yeah, it's a Seymour. That's a Pat.
We still haven't come to a resolution.
That was Rob Bob too, I think. Red hair.
I didn't realize you had him
Don't
voiced
think of it
at
as
one
charity.
point.
Yeah, I did.
Consider it
Hello?
an
Hello, can you hear
extension of
me?
my
It's an
trial.
Amber!
Oh!
Yes,
Am-
I
Hey.
figured it out.
Awesome! Thank you so much.
Everything
Howard. You Adam. He's like, I don't know how to do the thing.
I'm not here out of an order.
It's
here to give
it's
you-
really.
Discord's a little wonky with
Nice.
audio
Side
settings
minute
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Come from Skype and everything, and you're like, why is it like this?
She won't be stable, that's for sure.
That's right. I had like,
Welcome.
well, it's like during this trailer, I had like those weird. I was like full weeb at this point.
But for what it's worth,
You are now, but you were back then too.
Back then, I was super weeb.
not only to
I
you,
will
but
not
to your
deny that.
family.
So, like,
along with the loss of purpose.
oh yeah, Kyle Haber was the narrator in this trailer.
Not many people managed to come back from that.
Kyle's awesome.
Some
I love
take
Kyle.
their lives.
He's actually
love
in the
Kyle.
series now as an
Others
actual character,
spend the
and I'm
rest
very
of it
happy
struggling
about
with
that.
scars.
I wonder how
So.
he'll end up.
Oh.
Oh right.
Huh?
Oh right.
Girlfriend's in the
I
alliance?
forgot this person's in this
Something
trailer.
like that.
Oh
He's
yeah,
already
that was a
lost someone
thing.
close to him before.
Look at
That's
those
why he
trees,
died.
though, man. Look at
Those trees were legit, okay?
No, they were. They are pretty
Revenge
fucking
consumed
legit.
them, Did it?
So
It's not surprising, really.
Mech walk.
This
That
war
mech
has
walk,
spiraled out of
man.
control. There've been severe
that
casualties
mech
on
walk.
both sides.
So
He says
anyway,
he's over it.
well, once this trailer's like done, we can
Tell.
properly introduce Amber
Holds
to
a
have joined
lot
the
in.
stream.
Most
As I'm
people
not,
think
like,
they have no choice but to carry
Dying
on.
on random invisible stuff anymore in my throat, which is nice. That was
As the
awkward
mech
for a
walks
while.
Forward, all I hear is.
Oh,
just-
hey, look, it's my first performance as Steven.
Yeah. I regret it. I mean, what?
I
I was desperate. What?
read you. It's too late.
Those were the original Chimera designs too.
Get the impact radius is too
God, I'm happy I changed that.
You gave me this badass scene here.
I did give you a badass scene.
You did. I mean, this is honestly like one of my favorite things that I did from the movie trailer. So, or just the movie in general. This is like one of my favorite scenes that I did.
It was the ending was such an anime ending to a movie.
It really was.
It was such an anime movie ending where it's like random
How it
giant
needs to be then.
beam of
At
destruction
least
and
dispose of you all.
other things. So that was the movie trailer that I'm glad I didn't do because Curb talked me out of it and was like, dumbass, don't do a movie, do an animated series again. And I was very thankful for that advice. So, Amber has joined the stream. Amber plays Sharon Amare in the series, and she does a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Like, you should talk about the stuff that you do and where people can watch your stuff and follow you and all those fun things.
Hello.
Hello, Amber.
Welcome
to indoctrination.
I do voices and things, and you can follow me at Amberly Connors on Twitter, or you can go to my website www.amberlyconnors.com and find links to all kinds of stuff.
She also has her own studio that, because Natalie was talking about the dub that you guys just did. And that she was.
It's pretty rad.
Did you just say rad?
Thanks. Sorry, I keep like muting and unmuting the mic because I'm like eating like peppers
Oh!
and hummus, and it's like really crunchy.
That's
I'm trying to spare you all.
You're fine.
But yeah, like I run a studio called Sound Cadence Studios, and there's all kinds of cool people who also do awesome things there, like Natalie, who is in this chat. And you should totally check out the Hell's dub when it comes out.
It looks so good.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh my
I'm
God.
really excited.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait to like see the thing in its entirety. So.
Yay!
Yeah, so I'm like legit humbled and thankful for the people that I get to work with that are also my friends. I'm very like depends on the day. I'm such an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm such a dick.
There was that pause where we all kind of went, oh.
I mean, Adam, at this point, we're kind of like the odd couple.
No. No.
I'm John Lemon. You're Walter Matthau, all right?
No. Please stop. Please stop. Never utter those words again. Ever. No, I'm very lucky to work with the people I work with. Like I said, this series I started way back in like 2007 online on like the Voice Acting Alliance where online VO was a thing. And
Different times.
Back in the day.
In the day we did things. Do I want to show this? I think I will show this. Okay. Actually, no, I'll show that one later. Sorry. Excuse me. No, I will not show that now because reasons. So the point is, like, it's seeing everyone that I work with, that I become friends with, become like such good professionals, like in the industry, and like everyone has busy schedules and they still take the time to like record for this dumb little web series and whatnot is super humbling, and I'm very, very appreciative of all of them. And I couldn't do anything if it wasn't for them, so I'm very lucky there. I probably wouldn't push myself past whatever limits I have if it wasn't for them.
Oh, hey, there's a Nate here now.
Oh, there's a Nate? Oh, hey, Nate. Yay, there's a Nate. But I'm also a workaholic, and I don't think it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have you nearly killed yourself working on this?
I've lost count.
Oh,
It's
no.
just, I just don't sleep when I get like obsessed with work, and I sacrifice sleep to do things. So,
This is my life. It's not healthy. Don't do it.
yo, that's exactly what it is. I'm like, it's like do as I say, not as I do. It's like
terrible examples of that.
people are like, "Hey, did you sleep?" I was like, "Yeah, 7 days ago." Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
And
So,
when he isn't sleeping or when he's not working, he's hunting monsters in Monster Hunter.
Hello.
yeah, that's not wrong.
No, I have a feeling that he multitasks. He tends to play that game with one hand and draw with the other.
You know what? Honestly, Travis, I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't either. And I
mean,
played-
he's probably doing it while we're co-oping and be like, "You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong."
With a cup
Yeah, good
You give me-
of coffee on the table that he dunks his face into.
Dude, I just got like this almond milk mocha coffee, and I love it. It is sustaining me right now. It's so good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's
I want
amazing.
some.
Oh my god. That, and I got like watermelon with me too, so that's awesome. So, alright, so it was enough. So eventually in 2013 I ended up doing the reboot of the series. Fair warning, it did not start well. It was pretty bad. I'm sorry. I was in a depressed state in my life at this point. I was debating what I want to do, and felt like rebooting the series. I learned a valuable lesson. You can't just take a novel and directly transition it to animation. It doesn't work at all. It gets very weird. So this was the first episode in 2013. Oh god, I am so sorry. So I change my logos all the time. I like my logo now because I have a new label for myself. I do my
It wasn't
freelance.
all that long ago when people
Exposition.
were so naive to think that the very chaotic nature of war could be
Is
controlled.
this the one where I play somebody's dad? Or was it...
You did play my dad, yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And
weird.
and Melissa played my mom.
Yep.
Yes.
That's called typecasting.
This
Well-
is like, I think this episode, I think this is the only one I've actually managed to complete the subtitles for.
That's right, I forgot you were doing that.
Yeah, because I kind of just remembered that I do that, and I still haven't finished episode 1, so I'm sorry about that.
Dude, you're fine.
Yikes, Greg. Yikes.
The idea was sound.
It's he didn't have to do anything.
Soldiers of each nation would become
I mean, like, the auto subtitles are hilarious as hell, but I mean, come on.
But everything changed.
Everything
Nothing will
changed.
ever remain constant.
Ellie, yeah, I guess it's 18 plus. I don't
Artificial intelligence, Atlas,
realize it.
malfunctioned. Every advent around the world went berserk.
we curse,
and a
so there's that.
full-scale revolt occurred. For years, humanity did its best to survive, but the advent.
I love Ty's voice so much.
Until
Oh,
the company
Ty.
that would be known as Genesis.
He just
a new weapon.
it just exudes evil douchebag.
He's pretty much like the Ron Swanson of the
frames,
of our cast,
became the
because he
shining
sports a glorious mustache.
I thought he got
With
rid
that-
of it.
One test pilot
Because he's not evil
was
anymore.
chosen to pilot the prototype machine. He
Yeah, maybe, I don't
was
remember.
the only one at the time capable of handling it. This
So
one
after
pilot
Ty's
managed to
like
disable the
sensual voice,
and deactivate
the
people
oh,
realized that relying on
the
artificial
blatantly
intelligence
obvious
alone
lack of
wasn't
sound
gonna
design
stave
becomes
the
apparent.
conflict found its way back to
Oh, first of all, I want to say fuck Voltron, by the way, like season 7.
humanity,
Um,
surviving what they
they
felt
introduced
was
an Atom,
ultimate
they introduced a Veronica, then they introduced an Atlas. Fuck them.
The calendar was
Because
adjusted
the
to
white
celebrate
mech here is actually Atlas
the first year of
in my series. So, F Voltron. Because Atlas was a giant ass mech.
At least we got that intro out of the way.
You guys gonna head over to the arena hall?
Can't have an
Oh,
appointment with
fourth
Mr.
wall
Amare.
breaking. Ha, making fun of my... Oh, yep. Blatantly loud ass mech system.
Getting ridiculous.
Okay. I'm gonna go hide in a corner as this episode plays.
There, we fixed late.
We fixed a lot when you came on. Also, not using Gundam sound effects.
Yeah, no, getting that new effects pack helped a lot.
It really did. Oh my god.
It really did up the production value because it was kind of weird to hear these normal voices like, you're like, oh.
Like, oh, this is weird. Like, at the time, like, the other thing I realized when adapting book to animation was, you can't, there are no, like, descriptions that say, this person's name is this. They said something. So, the one flaw that's blatantly obvious that I can't believe I didn't realize it, I don't, like, acknowledge people's names at all in the first episode.
I'll do it.
Like, anywhere.
That didn't help things.
I didn't realize. It's so bad.
You're never gonna hear the end of it.
Isn't this where you started focusing more on lip flaps too? I think this is where like your lip flaps are starting to get closer to what you're doing now.
You probably shouldn't have scheduled a session so close to the party.
Kind of. I do want to eventually get out, because I'm doing the anime thing where it's like 3 flaps. I'm going to attempt to do the enunciation stuff and have them match. There's no names. It's so fucking bad. Oh, but hey, you gotta be aware of the shortcomings of what you did. And how bad they are.
Well, it's the same thing as... Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I did the same thing with the series that's my podcast now, because when I did that original audio drama, everyone was like, "Who are these people?" And I could relate to the same thing. It was the same situation of adapting a novel directly to a script and not realizing what that meant. So
yeah.
I think that's a very common, normal thing that people do.
Just so bad.
Well, I was just gonna chime in and say, like, with anything that you do, or like especially with art and animation, everything, just releasing stuff is the most important thing. Keep doing it. It's, I know everybody's like a perfectionist, so it's hard to be like, oh, it's good enough to go out in the world, but you have to be like, oh, this is the best I could do at this time, and there it goes.
No,
Perfectionism can be the ultimate stop sign to creativity sometimes.
You're completely correct on that, and this is why I tell anyone that like asks me about animation and making their own series. I literally just tell them like, just do it, because it's like I make jokes about how bad this one was and how bad the earlier episodes were, but to be honest, I'm actually proud of all of them because it's all a step forward in growth and evolution and whatnot.
Dude.
And it's like I can make fun of it, but I learned from it, and that was the point. You know, and it's not horrible, but it's got its issues. But again, the original, that year of my life was a pretty bad year. That was kind of like my rock bottom year. So it was literally me just using this as an outlet to get through it. So I was like, fuck it, just get it done, move on. We'll try and like force your way out of depression and like soul-crushing anxiety garbage. And it worked to a point.
And honestly, that's kind of if that worked and succeeded, that's kind of like the best possible outcome.
Yeah, and honestly,
and everything else is ancillary. I can't say that word very well, but everything else is kind of secondary to that. Let's just put it that way.
Once in a while. And being treated like royalty is a nice perk as well.
Yeah, it was like in back then. My acting was garbage. Mainly because it's like I had a filter on myself. I wasn't comfortable like recording around people like in the house or whatnot, and so I would always like have this really awkward filter over myself where I would like whisper act, mumble act. It was just not working. I'm better now, thankfully. At least I think. Kind of.
I was like, please, somebody say something.
I'm not fishing.
Well, I think that's something that like everybody has to kind of like work themselves out of, is just being comfortable performing in front of people and like not caring so much like what they're gonna think of you, or like going like balls to the wall hardcore is like gonna like be better than like holding back. But again,
enjoying the process.
Yeah, and like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. That's all it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just having the ability to look back on your performances and go, "Oh, that was adorable."
that was adorable.
This is like, oh, you didn't know any better, you little voice acting novice.
I think
like Amber said, you did it.
Yeah.
I remember specifically one time when I made like a road trip to visit one of my ex-girlfriends. I put everything that I ever worked on, like from the very beginning until that point, and listening to my evolution, it's like, oh god, terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay. Pretty good. But I mean, just yeah,
You know, you don't have to wait.
yeah, I mean, everyone has their own little thing, and you know, I totally fucked up the point I was trying to
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to say, but I know where your heart was at. I just don't know what you were trying to say.
I think
Adam, I have a legitimate
progress. Oh, go
question,
ahead.
actually. It is sorry. Would you say that maybe performing with other people and kind of having that high expectation of where it's going to go with those actors maybe kind of made you polish up your acting a bit, or maybe try a bit harder than you maybe thought you would?
For me, like when I show the season 2 clip that I'm gonna show once season 1's over, it made me so much fucking better. Like, there are a few things that I'm very happy about with the actors, you know, the friends that I work with and whatnot. Like, episode 8 for season 2, Amber's performance at Sharon made me like animate shit that I didn't normally would try and animate. Like, all right, I gotta be expressive, and I don't normally animate expressive body language to dialogue. But it gets to a point where, as an animator, you get performances from certain actors, and you're like, I can't make that static.
Need to do the performance justice.
Yeah, it's like you have to, and this is why I love prelay VO and like projects, because it's like instead versus like ADR and whatnot, the ability to sweetness. Kira got out early, so she can probably make it before 7:30. Awesomeness. Excuse me. So the point was, it's like the people. I'm just gonna be straight with it. It's like everyone I work with is a professional in this industry, and they bring a caliber of quality to this, to this project that I can't be lazy with. So it forces me to get better. And like season 1 was all in Flash, and it was like learning experience, experiment, and whatnot. But once it was done, it's like I had to switch how I animated, and I had to change the quality. And I'm actually kind of happy. This is the first time with season 2 that I can actually say I'm happy with the result as it's going out. And I've never been able to say that before. I've always been like, all right, that's as good as it's going to get for now. But this is the first time I'm like confident about it. It's a very weird feeling. I'm not used to it. I don't know if I like it.
Okay, Bruce Wayne, jeez.
Piss off.
Give it some time.
You know what it is? The way that I work, and it's very weird. I kind of prefer to be down on myself about my work, because it prevents me from becoming stagnant, and it always makes me want to be better.
Are you going to bring it up?
So I feel like it's such a roundabout, stupid way of thinking, and I don't recommend anyone do it. But being negative and depressed on myself makes me get better. It makes sense in my head. I don't know. It's like
back in it, I kind of got used to it, because I remember back in the day, I'd be like, "Hey, this came out really good," and you'd be like, "This is wrong with this and this." I was like, "For God's sakes, just give yourself a compliment."
Yeah, I'm bad with compliments. Like, I am like
Still,
you are.
Kind of are.
I didn't say I magically got good with them. Okay, so ending theme song. Amanda Lee did this with Luke Thomas, and bless her heart for it, because it's amazing. It's the original theme for season 1. Gosh, so talented.
Adam Christopher Tilford.
Piss off.
That guy needs an umbrella.
He does need a... Yeah, this is a super anime ending, and I don't care. I was very happy with that walk cycle. But yeah, it was totally a weeaboo ending, and I'm fine with that. And that's right, because it's going to be topped by the weeaboo opening.
Hey, at least it's not. At least it doesn't have the Code Geass opening. You thought I forgot about that, did you?
Oh no, wait, yeah, I remember that. Thank you for reminding me.
No, what he means was the original series I used. Listen, you're my TM Revolution, okay? Dude, they are. It's amazing. So that was episode 1, awkwardness. Like after that, got that out.
And we're not talking about the Gundam effects you stole.
We are not talking about the gun. Listen, everyone that needed mecha stole Gundam sound effects. All right, I was not the only one.
Even actual anime stole Gundam sound effects.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Watch DBZ Abridged. Every goddamn mech moment or robot moment they have in that uses Gundam sound effects. So I'm not the only one.
I mean, the sound effects are iconic, really, with just mecha in general.
Really are.
So I mean,
well, the other thing I did was I actually ripped sound effects from Armored Core. Like I went into the game and I just I captured it.
I think is kind of a good idea.
Yeah, that is cool because I mean, as one Armored Core fan to another, I do appreciate that.
That's what I did. Like all the quick boost moments. To be honest, I still use them. I think they're still in there because I edited them, but edited them. I can speak words.
Yeah, let me just point out to everybody in chat. Sweet. He plays Armored Core and yet he won't touch Dark Souls or Bloodborne. I don't get it.
I love Dark Souls.
Me too.
Great.
I knew there was a reason why we're friends, Amber.
I won't play Dark Souls. I won't because I am salty as fuck at From Software because I've wanted a new Armored Core game. But they're like, nope, we're just going to keep making Dark Souls. And I'm like, that's fine, but give me the other game.
Well, they're making a new one, right?
I will believe it when it happens. Until then, we have Switch Armored Core coming out, made by Armored Core people.
Well, they're remaking. What is that? There's like a one about the president of the United States.
Yes, a Metal Wolf Chaos. Let's
Yes. They have that one coming out.
Yeah, listen, they got that game. Yeah.
I seriously can't fucking believe they actually got that game to come out. Like,
Adam.
What?
I only just found out that existed recently, and it's kind of beautiful.
You play as, I mean, we're kind of going off track here, but I guess to just quickly sum it up, you play as the president in the United States, who of course has a
it's
fucking
not
mech
Ni no
suit.
Kuni 2. And it's not Ni no Kuni 2. That's what I can't get over.
I mean, when it first was announced, Greg was like, dude, you see this game's getting out? I was like, I don't know what that is. And he's like,
but you play as the president of the United States who goes to save America in a giant fucking mech suit, who fights against the vice president of the United States, who of course also has a fucking mech suit.
I remember that game has
interpreted by Japan.
Everybody gets a mech suit.
I like how the vice president in that game literally has the
during
most
the time of when
evil
Bush
line
was still in office. So
yeah, so I mean, I'll play it. It looks entertaining. I do need mech games in my life again because I do miss them.
I mean, legitimately, one of the lines that the president has is, "Cancel all my other appointments. I have to go save America."
That's great.
That is pretty awesome.
I'm actually really happy they didn't redub it either. It still has the original cheesy dialogue intact. So
They actually announced it that way with the opening saying, "Oh, this has the original dialogue." Just mentioning the vice president has the most evil, best villain line I think I've ever heard in my life, which is, "It was easy, like breaking a baby's arm." I was like, "Oh my god, that's horrible."
I love that.
Dude, Travis, we're giving Gabriel that line.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, Amber, you weren't here for this. So a while back, I wanted to do a movie, and Natalie was going to be the lead in the movie, and the whole deal was, I approached Travis I needed a villain, and I was watching Baccano for the first time ever at this point when I was writing it. So I was like, Travis, have you ever played a villain before? I think he's like, yeah, I think so. I was like, all right, I got you a villain. So I gave him this role, and I was like, the best way to describe him, you're playing Lad Russo. In a mech.
Lad Russo is my favorite character. Give that man a mecha.
No, that's exactly what we did. We gave him every line was stupid.
Ironically, we were watching the show around the same time, so of course when he said, you get to play Lad Russo, I'm like, just give me the lines already.
I was like...
But the best part was when we were doing the cast read-through for the first time, and the further we got into the final battle sequence, just like in the middle of a line, Travis just stops and goes, Adam, there's a lot of, like, delectable, like, food reference things. Were you hungry when you wrote this?
I remember that.
Well, I mean, there was that section we're reading, and it was just like, I am going to eat you. You're so delicious.
I don't think I said eat you. I'm pretty sure. Listen, it's on my YouTube somewhere. I'm pretty confident.
2 hours of us just like dicking around.
Yeah, it was because it was like, fuck it. I have the script. What the fuck was it?
Every line was either the character having a hard on or being hungry.
And like just you were just going what? just
because it was just like it's like all I had in my head was Lad Russo, and I was like, this is what you are. It's like I'm just thinking about the train scene where Lad Russo went bullshit nuts on it. That's all I was thinking about when I wrote it. I was just like, do it.
Hey!
I was like, do it, dude. I was like, it was like easily one of the most fun characters I've ever written. Because I'm like, you're fucking Lad Russo. That's it. That's just like I love.
When my first like notable role in anime was performing next to Brian Massey, I couldn't help but think like, oh my god, it's Lad!
Dude, you know what? It's like when I met Tyler Walker for the first time when we were guessing at a con, I didn't realize that he was like the director of Baccano at the time.
Give that man a raise. Tell me you gave him a fist bump.
I was like, and then because I became friends with him, just like, oh my god, I'm just like thinking in my head, like, you did one of my favorite animes. Let's get more Baccano.
That we'll never get a season 2 because damn it.
Yeah. Okay. Where is this shit? Oh my god, this was a long ass script too. Here we go. What lines did I give you? All right.
No, I remember specifically.
I mean, we read the whole thing.
We did read the whole thing.
Yeah, we did. I remember specifically like when Travis kept delivering the line "delectable," like for some
oh my
reason,
god, it was amazing.
For the next like 3 months, I heard "delectable" in like every single fucking show I was watching.
Yeah.
And every time I heard it, I would tell Adam like, "It's in Breaking Bad. It's in fucking Animaniacs." He'd be like,
delectable's everywhere, dude. And I'm just like, and the sad thing was, I'm pretty sure I was really hungry too when I wrote that. It's like the scene. All right.
Well, the funny thing is, I remember first time reading it, and it was just a part of the line, and I didn't realize how ridiculous it was until everyone started reacting. So then every subsequent read-through, I would just put more and more emphasis on the word delectable.
Yeah. I'm actually looking through the script right now.
And I remember that because you just kept getting more and more over the top and hammy, and it was just like, I think
it was so beautiful.
It was amazing.
We have to up our game to keep up with this because Travis is just chewing the scenery for, just casually over the corner.
See, I knew he was gonna have fun with it.
He just has his hands in his pockets, hopping down the train line, going, "Who's killing who?"
Because he was the one that like told me about Baccano the first time, and
Travis, you were doing God's work that day.
He was doing God's work that day. I fucking love that.
I think he's trying to get my attention, and I was like, I can't stop watching this show.
No, because it's so like I was telling you guys about it for years, and then you finally decided to check it out like 3 years after the fact.
Well, we're sorry that you're not as convincing as Travis.
I know that, but still.
Like I'm trying to find the exact line. So, the read-throughs are definitely on my YouTube channel. They're definitely there. They were hilarious too because we just.
I'm gonna look that up again. I'll have to put that on.
Yeah,
later.
it was
legit like just 2 hours of us, over 2 hours of us, just like fucking around,
trying to read through, just like dying laughing. It was ridiculous.
Honestly, that's just kind of a good tip too. Like if you are creating something, if you can get a bunch of your friends to just read through your stuff, they'll probably make fun of you, but you also learn interesting things, and they point out stuff you never notice.
It's funny sometimes when you're writing
oh my god, this
put
was
a line in there, and you'll go, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then when people read it out loud, it gets 10 times more ridiculous than you originally thought it was.
He was so fucking campy. Oh my god. I'm like reading through this.
There's also, I mean, going off of what Natalie and Travis are saying, it's also
yeah,
Jess,
I haven't
important
started episode 2 yet. It's just
for what's it for? I think not just friends, but a cast in general. To have to have sessions like that where they just have they kind of just have fun with what they're performing. So, I mean,
yeah, it was. Oh my
okay,
God.
apparently nobody agrees with that.
What? No,
we were nodding.
Yeah,
we're nodding in our microphones.
because I want to give Travis a line to read. I just gotta find a good Gabriel line just to give people an example of how ridiculous this character was written.
Why not just line up? Oh, you brought the Azure Knight with her. That'll make this so much more delectable.
Was that the line, dude?
It's one of them.
Are you 100% sure?
That's not the exact line word for word, but that's...
Yeah, then stop. I want to give him the words that I wrote, not the words that you like improvise.
I remember when I played him. I don't necessarily have the Brian Massey gruff, so I added a bit of Pacino in there, a little bit.
Yeah, you
so.
did.
Oh my.
Oh my God, this was so fucking campy. Oh, there's no fun.
You're like, why did I allow this to happen?
Because it's amazing, dude.
Honestly, if you're making a movie villain for a series like that, he needs to be over the top. Because he's going to be blown up in like 10 minutes anyway, so...
Well, I mean, Adam, people are pointing out the black screen in chat. Maybe we should start episode 2. While you try to find that, we can do some commentary on it?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I literally answered that question, but yeah. So, alright. So this is the second episode. Things got slightly better. Oh, right, other people that did animated web series that stopped doing them. I had runs. Oh, so this is technically the first Sharon background appearance. It was just random. Oh, there's a Sharon in the background. That's where she showed up.
She's like, wait. You need to pause that frame, because...
I did pause the frame.
Like, look, she's like, this motherfucker. What the fuck?
Well, plus the speed of moving.
What the fuck is this guy in a rush for? Like, what the shit? There's a line here, you son of a bitch.
Also, because he's not going fast, he is energetically power walking. So he's just looking like, who the hell is this guy?
I was like, I gotta do a run cycle that doesn't look great as a run cycle.
Getting here was a pain.
Things got better slowly.
Notice didn't help either.
Things got better.
Yeah.
Also, I remember specifically on this one, like, it was more, you started really playing a lot more with backgrounds, too.
I don't want to miss
Yeah,
this.
oh, alright.
Still surprised that
Oh, this is a Gabriel line. It was like really camp. It's like, it is you. I can tell my blood has been frigid ever since you managed to escape with your life. I've never let anyone live. This is an absolute first. It's shocking, this feeling, this overwhelming feeling. Yeah, he was totally getting a hard on. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Cole was just caressing his nipples like,
I mean, I'm sure I could have done better.
Yeah, a little bit of an anime Adam moment there.
Dude, episode 1 is a lot of anime Adam moments.
You'll just have to get back.
I know I have a bad habit of improving my lines, but now if I record for Gabriel, I'm just gonna have a bad habit of being like,
do it!
My nipples are so hot!
Dude, like, one of the things I love the most is when actors, like, improvise certain things or just add things or bloopers. A lot of times I'll change, like, a line, and I think it's important for writers and whatnot. If an actor, like, has their own input where they think that they're so into a character that they're like, this sounds better than what you wrote, I'm okay with that. Which is, I know a lot of people aren't, but if it makes sense, I'm, like, totally down with it. Because...
And to be honest, my character changed when I said my improvs, and you made him a bit more of a ladies' man and nonchalant.
Yeah.
That's stupid shit as...
Oh my god! Dude, you're fucking... The one mini-sode line? The flirt one? No, I think that was the one that sold it. What was it?
It
was the alphabet one.
Yeah, if I could rearrange the alphabet, we would fuck.
Yeah. It was so stupid! Because
I remember bursting out laughing half a second into saying that.
Because that was your improv... Because you came up with that one.
And here's our little
By the way,
rivalry moments between our characters.
Yeah, this is episode 2.
No, but seriously, looking at the difference between the two of them, I can already tell that, like, you can start to see even just your subtle, like, body language animation was starting to grow.
Yeah, I was starting to notice that too, actually. Like, you definitely notice that the characters more a little bit body animation, more, well, for lack of a better term, animated. So.
I think episode 1 showed a little bit more of, I think, your kind of shortcuts, or how do I keep, you know, myself sane and not having too much to animate. And I think a lot more already in this one. Like, I think the characters in just like the first scene are moving more than they did the entire episode, you know?
Yeah.
There's also more gravity to things. Like, you added a little bit more sometimes a hair whip.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Then also the shading's gotten a little bit smoother and more identifiable.
Yeah,
Adam's
the shading and colors
discovered,
are there.
like hair care products to keep his hair like nice and less pointy and everything.
Not him though.
Not him. His hair, dude. And you know, it's like, you're right though. It's like, because every episode I try and like.
Ready? Go!
That's right. Because I was like, do a Gundam G Gundam thing, do the ready go thing. It was awesome.
Ready? Go!
You were foolish.
And this was the first episode that was memed, if I'm correct, right?
I think it was with Steven.
Never taken off guard like that in your fight.
Yeah, but no, it's like every episode, like the whole thing is I would try and take feedback of something that I could improve on later. Excuse me. I was okay with this episode.
We could let this drag on, but at the same time,
It's interesting. This is the first time I've watched it since I've been in the manuscript now, and I feel like I understand what's going on a lot better too.
Yeah, well, see, when you read the book, it's like, oh, okay, but that was poor, like, adaptation on my part, because I didn't know how to, you know, make it work. And plus, truth be told, the first arc of Shattered Heaven was always weird for me, because it was never a main thing. It was always like, all right, let's introduce some basic shit, show how his life is here, and then shit changes, and then there's the contrast. I never really knew what I wanted to do with it, and so it was kind of a learning experience for me.
This wasn't even a match. It was a slaughter.
It was a slaughter.
You have things you need to do, right? Don't you want to help people? To use
Bless Kira, too.
Struggles and pain?
She was perfect as Flay Alster. She's perfect Flay. She's even a ginger. Fucking Gundam Seed.
I mean, to be fair though, her character's way less annoying than Flay Alster actually was.
Correct.
So.
She was. I'll be right back. I need to. My dog is barking. I'm gonna go check on him. Be back in a second as this thing is running.
Have fun.
Good luck with your match.
Actually, really impressed. Mine's been quiet this whole time. Like it's something.
Don't say that now.
So guys, now that Adam's gone, let's just go and just continue to shit on him this entire stream. So.
I just told her I wanted more.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, or well, actually not currently, but Travis has been the DM for my Dungeons and Dragons group for a while.
Oh, cool.
Or our Dungeons and Dragons
Oh,
group.
you're starting to play now?
It's really great too. We have a different guy doing it right now, but my dogs bark pretty frequently, so we've kind of just accepted that they're NPCs in the background.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into it myself because I feel like it's par for the course, considering that my brothers played D&D religiously back when they were in high school and college, and I've always been interested in it, but it wasn't until I started watching Critical Role that I got really like interested in checking it out. And the problem is that most of the groups here in New York, they're always like running their campaigns at night, and I always work nights, so I'm trying to find something.
False alarm. Dog was fine.
Yeah, trying to find different, like, trying to coordinate time. Like, one of the things we all had to do was, like, plug in our schedules into a scheduling program, first of all, to figure out when we could actually meet.
Honestly, I enjoy the dogs barking because I enjoy the spontaneity. With doing
Like
playing
how
so
my
often,
cats
it's
constantly
just,
fuck around with everything during my streams as well.
Yeah.
So it'll just be like, oh, get that dog back. and I took that. Oh, sorry, and or just kind of play around. Or like, oh, shut up, Poopsie, as like the merchant shoves their dog down or something like that.
Yeah, it's like very similar to what I'll be reading, like a monologue in game. Or like I'll just be reading a diary entry and it'll just be like, and so Garrus, get the fuck down from my fucking wardrobe. Come on.
Recently, I had one of my players. They were trying to say a pretty dramatic speech, but their cat was peeking up a hairball in the background. So you hear her talking very like I'm sitting here. All you hear in the background is and that was the first time I broke. Like I'm pretty good at keeping composure. I died because I was playing dramatic
like
music
one of my
at the
cats
same
would
time.
do. That honestly sounds exactly like one of my cats would do.
You guys, I remember, so there's this game that's going to be coming out that I actually did with Amber's company, Sound Cadence, that she had me do some directing work on it called A More Beautiful World.
Yes!
Enjoy your youth.
I had recorded for it, and actually, I think all of you are in it.
Oh, yeah. That's right, I remember that.
All of you guys, I forgot. That's right, all of you guys are in
yeah,
some
that
capacity.
project, yeah. For a second I was like, what? Oh, yeah, that.
Okay, 1 second. Jess, it's, Amber is in the chat, Greg's in the chat, Travis is in the chat, Natalie's in the chat. That's who is currently active in the chat.
Hello. Wait, what chat?
Oh, and there's a Chris. Jess is a good person. She's great. She is also an animator who has her own animated series called Superhero Clock.
And I play a villain in that now.
Yeah, that's right, you do.
Which series is it?
Villains. I don't get to do it a lot.
Superhero Clock. She's really good. It's really good. Oh my god, I envy her back.
I think I saw the trailer for that back in the day.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So definitely
Just released
recommend.
episode 2 maybe a month ago or something.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Excuse me. Definitely go check that out if you like web animation and whatnot. Really talented.
I'll show you, lady.
Corinne, I feel bad. I need to have more Corinne stuff done in the series because her as Grace is fantastic. Because she is super sassy and so good.
Technically. Sure.
Oh,
So, yeah.
to show up, huh?
Damn right I did.
Oh, that's right.
Grace and Mike's relationship, I really do. I was glad you did some mini episode stuff with them, and I'm
With
pop up.
what Grace and Mike?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have tons that I want to get done, and like, because I want to establish their, relationship stuff like that. Actually, when I go over, I want to actually, you know what? After this episode, I want to. Oh, perfect timing. I'm going to show something in audition, a little on the behind the scenes thing. We don't need to listen to Amanda Lee's beautiful voice doing the ending right now. So that's episode 2.
Or you can find it on iTunes and
you can find it on Spotify and like all these things.
You can.
Purchase it because it's amazing. So I want to switch to audition for a second. Only because Natalie brought up the Grace and Mike thing, and like the scene from episode 14. Because I don't have Corinne's lines yet, but audition on 1 second. There's audition. Just this line, just like their banter and their back and forth and stuff like that. Like how I write them is great. So behind the scenes moment, I use audition to at least from my end just to put all the audio in. I color code because I'm a nerd. So I think it's this one.
You'll regret it if you follow through with.
Okay, so this is like episode 14. This is just how I write Mike and Grace. Is they're very I don't know how the best way to describe it. It's just they're very competitive, and Grace is a super troll and whatnot. But I don't have her lines
if you
here.
follow through with this.
Okay, enough with the cryptic bullshit. We've got a dinner to get to, and this girl over here is waiting for me to spank her ass sore. Wait, no, not even remotely what I meant.
So when I get Corinne's, the whole
Chris, what? Sorry, I keep forgetting that the audio is actually playing.
Yeah. curse or screw me up. The whole point is I write them very certain way, where Mike is kind of naive and doesn't realize what he's saying. Like, he means it one way and it's often taken the next way. So it gets to add some fun stuff in there. So yeah, that was that. So episode 3 is on deck. Episode 3 is where I started to get a little more comfortable with this stuff, and I liked it. It's also the last episode that I handled everything before Natalie came in and saved my ass with like sound design and clean everything. Just clean everything.
Well,
Adam was like, Natalie, are you busy? And she was like, yes. And then Adam was like, great, do you have time for this? She's like, no. And then he's like, great, do it.
She's the one that offered.
No, that's...
I did.
She's like, hey, do you want some help? Like, yes, please. I would like some more. So, this episode 3 I liked. I actually liked this episode. It's...
Amber has to head out.
Oh, okay. Thanks for hanging.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me, and like it's so cool. Like I'm gonna try to have the stream on in the background while I'm working. I just have a deadline at night that I gotta do.
I understand that.
No, I mean, look, it's fine.
It's fine.
It was great to have you.
But,
yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Yes, you guys have fun. Happy Shattered Haven anniversary stream.
Thank you so much. Go work and have coffee and not
yes.
work yourself too hard.
Nuzzle your cats.
Oh, all the cat love. All right, bye guys.
All right, take care.
Bye, Amber.
It's best if you don't know the particulars.
All right, she's
Take
gone.
me with you.
Out of the question.
I'm not
I
a
am
child.
so happy
I
with
deserve
everyone
this.
that are my friends that
No,
work on this.
I think I would say episode 4 was the one I think I did everything pretty much myself, and then episode I think we kind of came up with a good system where you've been still contributing to a lot of the mech sound design.
Yeah,
and you
placed
kind of laid
them.
the basic foundations.
One that will
Yeah.
stand
Yeah,
in the way
well,
of
but
progress.
that's really helpful
Why don't
because
we
you're
just rid the
picking
world
out.
of them?
Because typically in a sound design
the Alliance is
experience,
too busy
or
with
like an
Mars?
ideal experience, we'd be doing a spotting session together and talking about what kind of sounds we want. So it's kind of the next best possible thing where you have a lot of the bass/core sound effects. You're placing it, you're kind of emphasizing, I get a sense of what's important to you, what you really want to stick out. And then I kind of come in there and then I add more characterization, I layer the effects and balance it out and build out things around what you've put in place to begin with. So I get a good sense of what you want. And I've really enjoyed that process, actually. I think that's been a really good workflow for us.
Yeah, no, I agree, like completely. It's been
crap and come fight me.
it just made everything a lot smoother, and I learned a lot too from. As you can see, I wasn't balancing sound at this point. So, like in episode 3, I think the mechs were starting to get a little better animation-wise.
That's out of character for you. Well,
I watch it now and I'm like, wow, it's so much better now.
It's gotten better.
A little
Here,
more
like,
daring,
look,
too,
you
I'd
had depth of
Really?
field.
What makes you say that?
Here.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the match to end.
And
before
everything,
showing.
like, we're starting
A
to see
registration
more.
form.
I mean,
filled
things
it out
look like
last
they're
night.
not all on the same
Didn't know the
layer,
Alliance made
and
registration public yet.
They didn't.
Then how did you...
No
180-degree rule breaks.
Stop him?
Oh, I still break them every now and then. With at least now when I break them, it's usually intentional.
No one.
Yeah.
is.
Well,
believe
yeah,
this. You're just
yeah.
going to let him
That's
do this?
the important thing.
From the looks of things, he can handle himself.
Like when it's,
Did you mean to do that?
yes, I did mean to do that at one point. There's like I noticed it too because I broke it, but I didn't want to when I did an animatic for episode 8, so I'm gonna have to fix it when I clean it up.
Hello, Kira.
Hello.
Oh, it's
Hey.
Akira.
Right now.
Hey.
Oh my god.
You just missed Amber. How are you?
Oh, I'm sad. Yeah, sorry I'm late, guys.
No,
I
it's
had a
fine.
session come up last minute, as is the world of this business.
No, I appreciate you still like trying to come in anyway.
Honest as ever, I see.
Means a lot. Like that's the thing with when you work with everyone that's like active in the industry. It's like that happens.
Taking it seriously.
So I'm
Is that
very
why you
appreciative of like
the exam?
Not even
everything
ask
and
how
you
you know.
making it
Adam.
and whatnot. So
Are you sure this is
yay.
what you want to do?
They're colonizing
So.
Mars.
All right, Adam, introduce Kira.
Yeah,
Yes. So
why don't we take this time to introduce Kira?
That's what I'm doing. I'm pausing the third episode. So okay, pausing the third episode because Kira Buckland has shown up. Kira plays Amy in Shattered Heaven, and she does things. She can describe what she does.
Try to. Well, yes, as Adam mentioned, I play Amy in Shattered Heaven, and I'm also sort of trying to be a content creator on the side on a series that Adam and I are collaborating on, as well as with a couple other people, and that's been sort of on and off production for years, and we recently decided to revamp it. I don't want to, like, take over everything and be like, let's talk about my project, but yeah.
Oh, we totally can. It's totally fine. Because I'm also stalling, so when Curb eventually gets off his ass,
Where's he right now?
I don't know. I think he's out or something. But he did text me. He's gonna, when he comes back, he's gonna hit me up with the Discord. So it's all good. So yeah, Dragon Star is a thing. But what, like, you do voiceover? You're 2B and like brag about.
Right. I mean, since that's not really what this stream is about, I figured we could talk about.
Listen, it's the whole thing of everyone that I work with that are my friends that do things, and everyone does stuff, and they should all, while they're here, embrace it and talk about it, and you know, 'cause we're all friends.
I feel like that's everybody's name on social media now. You should just be like, Adam does stuff.
At Adam, buy my books, please.
I did this stuff.
That was.
Greg, please hire me.
Yeah, that's what yours
Look
is.
at this stuff, isn't it neat?
Yeah, but no, that was actually Kira's impression of me.
It's a joke, a million years.
No, I know, but it's not wrong.
With Chris, we're just like, Tom!
I was like, please buy my books and watch my series.
Alright, there's gonna be 2 Chris's on this.
Yeah, whenever he shows up. But yeah,
that'll get even more. Well,
we'll call him Curb, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just be like, it's Curb. It's that dude.
There we go. We call Adam instead of Chris.
Yeah.
Tilford.
Yeah, it's like that. Okay.
Yeah, too many Chris's.
Yeah, story behind that. I was like, I was
in
like,
Hollywood and in voiceover.
Yeah, I was like, what? It's like, because I wanted to do a pen name, I think, for the book and whatnot, and I was like, I want to be Adam, but I don't want to be like AC Tilford because I'm not AC Slater or some bullshit. That's all I thought of when I thought. I was like, no, I'm not gonna J.K. Rowling this. And it's like, I was like, I'll just use my middle name, and I was like, Chris, and I was like, oh goddamn, I know too many Chris's. This is weird.
Where I work, we have 3 Chris's, and they all have offices right next to each other.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you're like, go to Chris. So they're all known by their last names, because if you say go to Chris's office, everyone just looks at you like, which one?
Or if someone else Chris, all 3 go, yes.
Yeah.
Nothing I can stop you.
3's back on.
Because there's nothing here for me.
This was the episode, I think, where I started trying to really do more body language.
Well, then I'll do it.
And was really bad at it.
It was already creeping in, but yeah.
I was very proud of him when he puts his jacket on at one point in this episode, like, coming up. I was very proud of it. I was like, he's swinging his jacket around. That was awesome.
That for weeks about how proud of
I
you.
was gonna say, I remember that being on social media a lot because you were constantly showing that.
Just be ready for the reality of this.
She kicked my ass.
You're only doing this to prevent children from losing their parents. You're going to be in for.
Yeah, so this was episode 3. Like, one of the problems with the earlier episodes was I didn't really establish what the plot was. It was very basic, where it's like, all right, there's this entrance exam thing that this protagonist wants to do. That was it, really. It wasn't anything special, because I was trying to not reveal certain things about the world at this point, because it was technically supposed to be from Adam's perspective of, like, not knowing shit. See? I was like, that's the jacket! I was so happy with that.
You should have had a scene where it's like, hold on, take your jacket off, I need to talk to you still, and just put it
Should have taken, like, the lines from the Karate Kid remake where it's like, codon, 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 codon.
Yes, because the Karate Kid remake was totally going on when this happened.
Was it actually?
What? Oh, you mean the
ideas?
None.
This was
Who did you get assigned to?
13. No, this was 14, I think.
Karen?
Oh, right. This is also Karen's debut episode.
Tell me about
Yeah, Karen honestly gets like the best debut out of.
She really does.
Episode 4 was late 14.
Yeah.
when we heard you were taking
because that was my health summer where I was between school and work and had nothing to do.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Fun fact here, if anyone watched Shin back in Newground days.
I remember that.
Yeah,
That
you
was
do,
one
'cause
of
you
the
were
first
in it.
roles ever.
So, I gave Tom 2 a role in this, and I had to give him purple hair. I was like, you are shit. Have purple hair. And then Gerard was in it too, so I was like, he was his partner. I was like, shin nod, because that helped me like want to animate. I was like, purple hair, that's awesome. And they like, yo, LifePoint1 followed me on
the protagonist or the main the characters. So.
And like LifePoint1 followed me on Patreon and stuff like that now, so it's really cool hearing from them. Like, you guys like inspired me to do stuff that you could make something. And that's when I first heard Kira. I was like, awkwardly emailed her, hey, would you want to do a voice? Which totally, by the way, guys, don't do that to people. Don't email people asking around like, hey, you're super talented. Would you like to be the voice in my animation? Yeah, don't do that. It's awkward now.
Well, the big thing is when you email people who make their living off voiceover, because this happened to me recently, and then you're like, hey, can you voice in my thing? And you're like, can I have some details? Like, what's it about? What's the rate? And then they tell you, and they're like, but no rate. Like, it's for exposure. And
God, I can't believe people still use
obviously,
that.
like, you know, we're in this situation as well with Dragon Star and stuff, where sometimes it's like they're not making anything, they can't afford it. That's cool, but it's, you know, the correct answer if someone asks you what the rate is, isn't to be like, oh, it's for exposure, but I really want your voice, and then if you kindly turn them down and say, sorry, like I don't have time to work for free, but here's a resource you can go to with, you know, up and coming people who are looking for those opportunities, and but I really want a professional. Okay, well, you have to pay for one.
Yeah, exactly. So, this scene right here was intentional, and because I kind of wanted to troll my audience, because I knew for a fact everyone was gonna be like, "Where the fuck did this come from?" And that was kind of the entire point. Because it was like, because there's like the whole running joke where like romance and shipping comes out of nowhere, and it's bad. So for like this one, I did that on purpose. Plus, also at the time where it's like I knew for a fact that things were gonna happen, I was like, we're gonna do this.
I remember you were really excited too when when you released this, and you were getting responses where people was like, you were getting the response, the one of two responses you wanted, which was, OMG, Amy's a bitch /
Yep.
OMG, I love them. OTP forever.
I was like, yes,
you win.
Yes, I was like, dude, I was such a dick about this because I was talking like everyone was like, dude, it's like I was like a chess master, like puppet master in the whole thing. I was like, that's right, dance puppets. This is the reaction I want.
Yeah, and we're just
we'll talk like
comments.
we'll talk in 3 episodes.
Exactly. It's just like we're reading these comments, going, "Oh, they don't know." Oh,
well, that's the whole point.
I guess you should have read the book, fuckers.
Yo, some people did read the book, and they were like commenting shit. Well, I don't count you. But like people actually like commented. Like I had to delete some comments because they were like posting spoilers from the book, and I was like, what the fuck?
Don't ruin my game.
I was like, don't ruin my shit.
Don't ruin this game of 3-dimensional chess I'm playing with these people.
Yes.
We need a Rohan read the manga meme here.
Read the manga. Or there was one recently with Jotaro, and it was like, ha 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 ha, Ora, funny dude. My sides are in space. The Kennedy Space Center. Ha ha ha. Read the manga.
Oh my god. I love you guys so much.
I'm probably the only JoJo here, so I don't know.
No, I like it. Greg is.
Listen, I'm going through. I'm finishing part 5 right now, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, and Kira, I just put the new Stardust Crusaders Blu-ray collection next to my old 13-episode OVA of the 2001 Stardust Crusaders adaptation.
So, this part coming up was one of my favorite things to do. Because it's like Karen Delora is like one of my favorite characters in the series right now. It's I wrote her in because I wanted to work with Amanda Lee, and like we were close friends at the time, and Like, we're still friends, but, you know, she's super busy, so we don't talk as much as we used to. But at the time, we was like, wanted to work with her. And I was like, all right, I want to make a new character for the series that wasn't in the book, and Karen was just perfect.
It's a dangerous game you're playing.
But I think this scene, too, was also the first time I was like, ooh, there's stuff happening there that I really want to know more about. I think that was like the first moment, and that I think this was part of what sold me on asking about doing sound, too, actually.
Well, that's good to know.
This is another clip you showed in preview, because this is like where all the like lightning sparks start to go between these two characters. The barbs are thrown.
Yeah.
The
gloves are down.
You know nothing about me.
Yeah, because it
Oh,
showed
I
Amy.
love
I know the story.
I'm sorry.
that hand. I love the hand of just going and walking away. That was great.
Yeah.
He made his decision.
Because I liked it because it was like the first real, like,
Don't drag him
the audience
down
got the first real view of what Amy was.
I have a flight.
Because, like, right before that, you had Amy and, like, Adam, like, they kiss and whatnot, and, like, Amy being the full, like, oh, supportive, you can do all these things, and, you know, do this. And then, like, Karen shows up being like, I know what you are, bitch. And Amy's like, fuck off. So it was like, I really, because this is where, like, the end part of 3 was, like one of my favorites, because it was like, all right, we're going to show what characters are, and we're going to start doing some things, which is fun. And then, that was 3. 4 was one of my favorites, because 1, it was the first one that Natalie did, like, all the sound design for. But before that, I want to show a minisode. Minisodes are... Animes have a lot of, like, filler episodes where they just don't do anything based on, like, the plot, where they establish some characters and whatnot. So Amy's minisode was one of my favorites that I did.
Is that the volleyball one?
No, this is Amy's, like, flashback episode.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
Where it was, like, shows her a little info on her upbringing, kind of, and what she is. So I really like this one. It didn't get a lot of views because the problem was with minisodes, a lot of people were like, oh, that's not a real episode, so they didn't really pay attention to it. So this was Amy's minisode, which I really, really like, because stuff was happening.
Time to go home?
And Kara got to
I'm
play
curious.
younger her.
Where's that minisode where I had to say the J comes out to play?
Mom, she has to tell me her story.
I think I only did that as audio.
Damn it.
Mommy isn't coming home.
It's out. It's on my
That's
channel,
true.
but it's on. There's Travis is my dad.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Everybody's dad.
I am.
She won't be coming home.
You know what's funny? When I showed this at, I think Kira was there for it. When I showed this at DerpyCon, people were like, wrote an article like, he stole the Maze Use scene. I was like, why? Because it's a fucking funeral? It's like, sorry.
Well, yes, because every funeral scene rips off the Maze Hughes scene because there have been no funeral scenes in anime up until that point.
Yeah. So this is fun because like Lucius Malum had his first real debut
Come on,
here.
Amy. We're going.
This is where I really started to experiment a little more with body language
Sorry, I
and
couldn't be of any help.
like trying to match Kira's performance as best as I could at the time.
Another way.
What are you talking about?
It's best we not discuss it here.
Just
Call
Ty's
me
vocal saltations.
Amy.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
If I was gay and having sex with a voice was a thing that could be done, I would like have sex with his voice.
Don't trust him.
Very specific there, Adam.
It's a good voice, dude. Shit's velvet as fuck,
if I
man.
had the ability to have sex with a voice.
Yeah, not just the man himself, just his voice.
No, not with the man, just the voice, man.
The vibrations, just the vibrations, man. It feels so good.
Dude, I feel comfortable and like warm and supported with that voice.
Oh my god.
Cool, I
She was
said the same
involved
thing
in a
about
highly
Nikki's singing
specific
voice.
raid
I
on
felt
the
the same
encampment
way.
in the Middle East.
His singing voice
She
is
was there with the
amazing.
Alliance.
Well, then again, I feel the same way about Troy Baker.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So I like this because I showed Amy because it's like what I wanted to do.
Person. Always
I
putting
wanted to
others
show
before
both sides of
herself,
Amy. I wanted to show her as vulnerable and how she was before she became kind of manipulative and shit like that. And I wanted to show her as manipulative.
Look at the smooth body animation there, like that.
That
I
was
was
a
really impressed.
pain in the ass. I can do it better now.
She now acknowledged the worst.
But like the whole and like after this episode, I got what I wanted. because I had people that were torn. They're like, oh, I guess I kind of feel bad for her now. I was like, yes, that's what I want. Feel bad for her.
Because guess what happens?
Shut up, Greg. Not everyone's seen the show.
Killed anyone that wasn't one of their own.
She's like, I have to go now. My planet needs me.
For that reason, Mom is no longer.
The people at Root, the president of the Alliance, still wish to deal with them.
Could they ever catch who
Jess asked Travis, who do you voice in Shattered Heaven?
And those people still are around, going unpunished?
Jay, who, I don't think he's popped up in the main series yet.
He has. He's in the volleyball minisode, which we will watch.
Deserve any of this.
And I love that. That was the last Flash episode I did.
Trying to help them, and
Yeah,
this
that
is how
was
they
actually
treat
a really
her.
fun episode too, because
It's
actually show a
unacceptable.
side of Steven where he's just like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Because he's usually just
Way to prevent this from
Mr.
happening
he's usually
again.
just know it all.
Now, if you want a good background story, and because I've been in a lot of situations hearing about these ideas from Adam of these side episodes, and I don't know if you've really mentioned this before much, but you were very heavily influenced by Scrubs for a lot of the side little episodes.
Do you know how that makes me feel?
It's not wrong.
Every day of my life.
I mean, and why not?
Being told
I can't wait for the episode where Adam and Caleb sing Guy Love.
So does that mean I'm Dr. Cox?
I agree with them or
No.
accept a compliment because I can't remember.
Amy, this was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I really liked
No,
Kira's
I deserve
performance
to
in
know
this
the
minisode
truth.
a lot.
You said they wanted to get their hands on
I
tech.
tried really hard to match it.
Aw, thank you.
Then that's how we get to them.
Like I was saying before, it's like you guys, like all of you, make me better.
Know what you're talking
because
about. This is just a reaction.
with the prelay stuff, hearing like
Maybe
your
I am
performances and
speaking
whatnot,
on
it's like
emotion, but I don't care.
it forces me to like
Take
animate
away
better
my
than I did
mother.
before.
I can't remember her touch.
Well, that's one of the things that's really cool about getting to do voice first and then animation, because I do in my regular jobs and stuff, I do a lot of dubbing, so I'm used to always having to match what's already there in a picture or in another language. I mean, I just did a workshop this weekend on how to kind of do that kind of stuff, like telling people about that, and so getting to lay down the voice first and have freedom with timing and emotional choices is a huge thing.
ADR is difficult in its own way, that's for sure.
Do it.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
Sure, Amy. If you come across anything odd, report it to me.
Thank you, Dad. We'll
Also, the
find
nice thing
out and make them all
about doing
pay.
it as an overlay is that you get to take so much more time on
right,
the acting negative space, the emphasis, the pauses, the stammers. Like, you get to play around with your lines. You get to, as you've seen me do with Gabriel, chew the scenery a little bit.
It's great. All right, I'm ending the minisode here because I ended up redoing the end half of it, because that was when I was going through some Sharon issues for a while, recasting because the original actress, real life things came up, and so she wasn't able to do it anymore. You know, and that stuff happens. Recasting happens. It sucks, but it sometimes it's for the best, and this one was for the best because ultimately it led me to getting Amber in as Sharon, and easily the best decision I made in a long time. So that the rest of that minisode's actually in episode 6, so I'll leave that there. So on to 4, where Natalie did everything, and you're gonna notice a tremendous difference. Like, holy shit, this has balance. That's cool. This doesn't sound like crap.
Here
wow.
comes to save the day.
and also the writing got better here because like plot was happening and animation was better.
All those backgrounds that you hate right there.
Dude, let's not even talk about that because I had to like I had to do a city background before for the new trailer, and fuck me, what was I thinking? Let's include New York City, dumbass. Fun fact, I was literally waking up when I recorded those lines. First Karen interaction, I love. Oh my god, Amanda is perfect. Like the running joke.
This right here actually made Karen like one of my favorite characters of how like she interacts with just this whole scene right
Karen's
here.
fucking amazing. Like things got a little cleaner.
Also, I used every cardboard sound effect I had in this scene.
Hey,
How many cardboard sound effects do you have?
BAM! Well, then I did.
It's just.
Listen, I love a good sound effects pack, and I envy you for the amount that you have.
Yeah. But like.
After
Love that
right
face.
around the time I think I got the one that really. Wait a second. Did I have? I think the following spring I didn't think until I had Pro Sounds, because they have this like really nice
The feeling's mutual,
kit.
I assure you.
So if you qualify for freelancer pricing, they slash the price by like 50%. And give you a pretty decent base library with it. And I really appreciated that because I've been using the library for years, and I was like, I can't afford this right now because it used to be really expensive.
No, you haven't.
It's not bad at all right now.
Just focus on today. It's not gonna be.
It's like, what am I gonna do? I don't have enough sound effects
You could tell me about the exam.
to like
It's a live operation.
be a sound designer. How do I function? And so that I can
Your reaction to
Like.
to this in some of the next episodes.
all that other
Yeah, and like, the running joke right now between me and Amanda is that like, she is Karen and vice versa.
Have you ever
So it's like, I love that.
A few times, but really only in testing.
Good enough.
It's just she does I'm not now. So yeah, let's do city stuff. That's awesome.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So is this the? Oh yes, this is the infamous part where
Oh god, yes. Okay.
You're gonna tell it wrong again, as I know you are.
I'm gonna tell it wrong, dude. It's on my channel, okay? So this scene here is one of the first scenes we actually did an in-studio recording for. Brittany Lauda was helping direct at the time. We rented some studio space, and for the actors that were in the area, like Jesse Nowak, Greg, me, Matt Shipman was there for some of the Caleb lines he had to do. And when, for this one specifically, we had Greg and Jesse in the booth at the same time to record, and he dropped his pants.
Okay, no, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. I simply made the suggestion to do so.
Didn't they finally apprehend the group responsible?
Because like we had to get that. From what I recall directly, I was told by Brittany, it's like make it sound like you're putting on your pants in a hurry.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So as a joke, I recommended, should I possibly should I unbuckle my pants? To which all of you in the other room said no immediately too. So
yeah, and then Shattered Heaven porn came up for some reason at that exact moment. It's like, oh, it's Shattered Heaven hentai.
Method actors aren't everybody's favorite people in a lot of cases.
Don't be a Jared Leto.
I didn't say that precisely, but I'm glad you knew what I meant.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, there's a reason why I just listened to music. I didn't throw pig carcasses when I played Joker again in a Phantom, all right?
Oh yeah, that happened.
Sorry to cut this short, but this can't wait.
But yeah.
Yeah, see, it was that moment where he's like, "This can't wait."
Flight never landed.
Yeah,
it sounded like this can't wait. Oh, it's a
was, like,
mark.
literally right there. It's like you're getting up in a hurry, make it look like you're putting on your pants or something.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
This was fun. This episode was the episode I was trying to like emphasize more backgrounds and stuff like that. It's like because one of the biggest complaints or things that were pointed out initially were that the backgrounds made it like it just seemed like it wasn't that big, where everything was
You'll be assigned a frame for the exam. There's going to be some other pilots.
It just seemed like everything was self-contained, like that. It didn't feel like there was an open world or anything like that. So this is the first episode where things kind of like left the building and kind of went.
Well, the story didn't really give you many options to leave the building either, too.
Exactly.
So it was kind of a born out of necessity.
Yeah, and it's tight Kubo syndrome, where the pacing of episode releases is the problem. When you watch it together, like, oh, it all flows together.
You picked the wrong
yeah, I need 50 for affiliate. Yeah.
All right. No need to get so pissy.
Fun fact. This dude
Hey,
here.
you're 42 right now, dude. You got less than 10 to go.
Oh, good shit. Speaking of JoJo, this guy wrote it.
Whatever.
Actually, it does shit. I feel bad. I know. I should know this.
Little brother, huh?
Yes,
Here. You're gonna need this.
Give me a second.
Thank you.
That one is
Take your
yours.
time.
I just don't want to say. I don't want to like
The
do the
mission
name
starts
wrong
once
and
you're
be
all
a
set.
dick. You know.
Understood.
And I feel bad. I was looking at it before. Look at my own cast list, so I'm not stupid. Yeah, Jayden. That's it, dumbass. I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, Jayden actually does a lot of writing work for Bang Zoom now. He,
Oh, awesome.
yeah, he actually, I think he's the one working on the JoJo dub at the moment.
He is. I didn't know that you guys knew each other.
Yeah, he was, you know, he was,
You
what's his
guys
face
aren't
name
any
in
fun.
chat? I haven't- Yeah, he was Sam in this.
Surprised we were able to get in.
That's awesome. I actually didn't know that you guys knew each other.
Yeah, he actually, the irony here, I felt bad, because he offered to help direct at some point, but I already had Brittany doing it,
Gets underway.
because I think he wanted to get experience. So I'm, like, very happy for his, like, for his, progress and all the stuff that he's doing. It's fantastic. Like, good for him.
Yeah, as soon as I found out he was writing JoJo, I'm like, I hope you're ready to get spammed with JoJo memes every time I see you, because that's what happens if you're a friend of mine.
We're looking for accuracy, decision-making skills,
JoJo means love
ability,
in life.
along with a bunch more boring traits not worth mentioning.
So they're competing against each other then?
That and the clock.
Yeah.
Sounds easy enough.
So I like this episode also because
On the outside, but
this is when the mech animation started happening better. Got like started to become a thing.
Please take your seat.
5 pilots and
Yeah, but also like I do like this episode of yours too because it kind of it starts to allude to the fact more that there's more what's going on than what you're revealing here or like
Yeah.
what you're actually showing. It's just like there's just subtle hints here and there of there's something going on that you were obviously not seeing, which obviously plays into the next episode. So
That's all I wanted. Is I was trying to foreshadow a lot, because like in real life issues, around 3. Because I wrote like the first like 10 episodes in the first week of like January of 2013. After like the first 2.5, I started relaxing more. So 4 through 6 were written a lot better than
Keep quiet.
everything else. Excuse
His
me.
rules don't matter.
Just stick with the plan we came
And
up with, everything will
fun
be
fact,
fine.
like the whole concept of the entrance exam is actually based off of Armored Core, where the first Armored Core game in like a series like 3 and like whatever, there's always that initial Raven test where you have to clear out a whole room of like mechs
every game,
to
isn't it?
become. Yeah, no, it's only like the first one of a generation. So like AC1 had it, AC2 had it, AC3 had it, you know.
No matter.
But not like the expansions to the games.
For now, just focus on the
So that was
because at that point they'd already assumed that you'd already
Yeah.
played the first game.
So that's where this was based off of, and that's why Armored Core was more of an influence than Gundam was. So it was like, all right, we'll have an entrance exam to join the military, and that's what this is. Mark is in the chat, Akamaru. He's heavily featured in the new trailer for Season 2, and it's really good. Really good. Very happy with it.
They're trying to survey everything from up there.
So yeah.
He's off in a hurry.
Just want to thank everyone that's, you know, one, auto-hosting me, or just hanging out. It really means a lot that you guys showed up to watch this 5-year anniversary stream.
Route C is going to be the center.
Everyone that joined and whatnot, so I've been stressing the shit out of myself the past month to get shit done. All the music, I believe, if he's still in here, Project Trinity is the one that does a lot of the like the original
aggressive.
music and whatnot.
Huh?
Like this is one of my favorite tracks that he did. Should make him remaster it. This is a good one.
I wanted to try this out ever since reading about it.
Just broke out in a cold sweat, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's like, you son of a bitch. He's in, dude. Like, yo.
He feels the shiver. He's just getting coffee. He's just feeling the shiver. It's like what?
Yeah, see, there it is. Yeah, please don't praise me, dude. I summoned him. Yo, he's been like busting out tracks for the new season like stupid fast.
Wow,
taken out
Fucking
8
not
applicants
human.
in such a short period of time. This isn't
He
a
did
game.
this morning. Or which one did you send me,
Sam,
John?
you
That was
get
really
to
good. I really like that one a lot.
The one that's probably being used in the trailer. Attention
So
Blaze
it was
thing.
the one that that apparently I told you you needed a song like that, and then you were like, oh, I'm gonna go bug John.
Yeah.
Like
for
I
that.
said,
I'm like, I meant it more as just like a hey, if you're still looking for reference stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
here's
saying-
a suggestion.
I'm gonna let this one play because I'm pretty sure this episode I did the weeb thing. I think it's in here. I'm not 100% sure. It might not be. I know it's in YouTube. I don't know. Did I? Well, we'll find out. Maybe I didn't. I did mess around with the idea of the episode preview.
Oh.
Was it in this episode? Or?
It should have been 4, but I don't know if it's the one that I have on this computer. I don't know if it's on this one. It's on YouTube. It was so weeb. I didn't care.
Just living that weeb life.
I mean, at least the rain effects are working this time.
Well, yeah, because this shit was done better. That's why. Yeah, I don't know if it's on this one. Yeah, it's probably not. That's sad. Yeah, it's not on this one.
Yeah, and notice that his hair is not getting wet. It's so righteous.
It's not on this one. That's unfortunate.
That's when you have really good hair product. Just
Yeah,
bounces
you're,
right
you're
off.
borrowing from Cloud Stripe
Yeah.
if your hair is
So-
like, looking that good.
That led to...
Or goop, huh, Travis?
Yeah. So now we go to episode 5, which was, I think, the shock episode for a lot of people. Like, that was watching. Because they just didn't know what to expect. And then episode 5 happened. They're like, oh...
Yeah, I do agree that episode 5, when I initially got the script, I'm like, yeah, this is the game-changing episode.
Yeah, this episode kind of changed shit.
Yeah, and with that, like, I honestly do believe that I went all out with my performance as Stephen Novus, both in this episode and the following episode.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, these 2 episodes are my
'cause-
current favorite performances as Stephen.
So 5, I like. These are we're in the part of the season where I enjoyed it. Where I can watch it and I don't feel like
you to leave.
awkward.
What the hell are you going on about?
I've already done you a kindness without warning.
It's not
It's up to
sized
you whether or
correctly in
not
the
to
stream.
listen.
You might want to fix that.
It's what?
Like trying to intimidate me
It's
is enough
like
to get
what's
me to quit.
you've got half
Hold
the
on.
screen cropped out
That's
on your
fucking weird. Hold on.
on
I
OBS. So.
I forgot the metal ass name for this episode too. The Howl of Despair.
Oh yeah, that was I love that name. Thanks for pointing that out, dude.
No problem.
Yeah, this is the part where we started using original mech sound effects.
As long as it takes.
No more Gundam.
Yay! We've evolved from Gundam to Armored Core.
No, these were like completely original.
I know. I'm just fucking.
See, Chris knows what's up. He like in the Spark. He's like, oh, this episode. I was like, yeah.
Yep, this one. I mean, like, I was like impressed with this episode all the way through. Just like, I mean, it's one thing performing for it, but seeing everything put together just really blew me away with just how much you put into it.
I was
So.
getting bored.
You haven't watched it. I don't think I
You're so
showed.
far
Did you see the new trailer yet?
What's the deal? Oh, guess
Greg?
Yeah, I watched
just
it,
too good.
and I was.
I'm sure
I
that's not the
don't
case.
want to
Yeah.
spoil
I'm
anything, so I'm
honest.
just gonna be silent on my opinion about
Whatever.
it until you
I-
show it here.
I broke.
I'll tell you one
I broke
thing,
my limits
kid.
for this trailer.
What's that?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You
The
should
point where
have
I was like,
stayed home
oh,
today.
shit.
You guys like
Yeah.
to talk.
I think I remember the animated, like distinct.
Whoa, what the hell, man? Like I said, should have stayed home.
You should have stayed
I
home today. And
remember-
Adam's just like, I don't care. Type face right there.
This isn't supposed to happen, right?
For a lot of the animation during
I
this
don't
one in
understand.
episode 6,
They've
and the whole
hacked the
time just
system.
going, oh no, I have to
No
do sound,
idea.
I have to effects for
targeting
this.
system
And,
is now fully operational.
Yeah,
Danger.
I think that's when I knew that it was going well because you were like,
Don't get it.
oh, that's a lot of shit I have to
Isn't any
do.
backup.
Natalie's just over here like, why the fuck did I say yes to doing this?
I say that partially in jest because honestly, I love giant robots. So anything that lets me do giant robot sound effects is pretty
so
great.
he's on his own then?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just love this episode.
Wonderful.
Did I tell you I got the bleep bloops sound effects pack that I'm really excited about? Modern user interface sounds, and I'm so excited to use that with the newer episodes, even though there's not going to be a lot of robots.
Yeah.
Your user interface stuff is going to sound wicked cool.
Nice. I'm so hyped.
Naive little boy stuck in a false reality.
Around with
There's
them
a war
earlier.
going
Oh,
on.
John,
We're
those are
sick
going
of
in
it.
your game too. So I'm gonna get you
Just
some.
what the hell are you talking about? Your alliance
I
out
swear I'm
there,
getting to this. I think after
throwing
Dragon
their weight
Con,
around like some
is
godforsaken
when
tyrant.
I'm
It's
a
time
bunch
for
of my
us to
deadlines.
that's coming up soon.
act.
Yeah, it's the Hell's
Every
Gate
Labor Day
Summer
weekend.
Festival.
Every year.
Every year.
At us.
I didn't know you went.
Cosplay. Oh yeah, I've been going the past 4 years.
Like you that.
Oh, well,
I'm
that
sorry.
would explain
I
why.
didn't
I
hear
mean,
that.
I
Speak up
last time
now,
I went was
kid.
like in 2012. So.
Yeah.
I started going 2014, so.
Her mother was killed
But
for
yeah,
nothing
no, I
because
really
of
like it.
people
There's
like
a
you.
good podcasting community that shows up, and also they have a really awesome YA fiction group as well. And since my podcast is YA, and I'm it's going out in 2 weeks, is I basically put a doomsday timer on my YA manuscript. And that's going out to the agent regardless, which my co-writer will be very happy about because I think he's about ready to murder me for not finishing this thing.
We should probably.
Oh, that's right. Fucking Violet is Widowmaker in this episode.
Do what you want.
I don't this is before Overwatch.
This was before.
I'm pretty sure
This was
Jack
before
said the
Overwatch.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, this is like before even the trailers came out for it. So you did it first.
Well, it's a sniper. She was more lock-on Stratos than anything.
Someone's in the next one where you were halfway crying.
What are you
while
even
playing Monster
doing
Hunter
here?
4 about
Doesn't
it.
concern someone like you.
Wait, what?
The hell it
I distinctly
doesn't.
remember one of these episodes while you were animating. You're just like, please kill me.
Oh no, that was 6. 100% 6. 100% 6, dude.
Yeah, cause 6 was like fucking 20 minutes long.
Yeah, 6 was like 22, 24. Yeah.
Why don't
Yeah,
you
24
just
minutes
settle
long.
down
And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, Adam made a full anime episode. So
Well, yeah, it's not like first because I had like a
Crying
30-minute.
over Monster
I had
sounds
a,
like a great thing to add your status as.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can't
here's got a
protect
point.
my friends.
Crying over Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Then what is the point of me taking this exam?
Yeah.
Especially about how like it's become one of the biggest sellers on Steam right now. You gotta be happy about
I really
that.
wish you would have taken my advice earlier and left.
So.
What point are you even trying to make? This is a testing facility. There's nothing of worth here.
So around 5 was when I started getting a little
Sam,
more
wait!
comfortable in recording myself and acting.
This kid, he's not.
Get a hold of yourself.
This kid.
I do not acknowledge that I actually did the trope where the first person that died was a thing that wasn't intentional.
Sustaining nature that comes with conflict. This is the reality
Oh.
of the world you wanted
Oh,
to
you
know.
did, didn't
I
you?
did.
No.
I did.
Adam, why?
You have your principles and your
No.
reasoning for what you do. And
I didn't realize until after I was like, oh, oops. But I was like, other people died in that episode too, so
I hope that
technically
whatever
it's
led you down
okay.
this path is strong enough to keep you afloat in the despair to come.
It's like,
Adam,
oops. Adam, why?
I have no desire in taking the life of a child.
I
like,
didn't catch. I didn't
What is
realize
really-
You
that
didn't
until
catch
now.
that?
War and deception.
It's not something I actively look for.
In my defense, it was from a half Hispanic character, so it's okay.
Enough.
We
We
gotta
don't have
trend
time to play nice.
hashtag Adam Y on Twitter.
But yeah, so this episode was definitely the first episode where I think everyone that watched it was like, oh, this is gonna get serious, isn't it? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, it is. I really enjoyed animating this end scene of 5.
yourself! Don't just hide!
I really like Mike Barker's character.
Oh!
Like his dialogue in this. He did really good with this one, especially.
Notice how he's the only one that
Steven.
didn't.
I'm sorry I'm late, but
die.
you did well in handling the situation until
So
I arrived.
his character is going to show up
Though I
later at
wish
some
I'd
point.
spared you from taking your first life so soon.
Really?
What is
Yeah.
going on?
No.
We don't know much,
Yeah.
but it's as it seems. A terrorist attack in the Alliance.
No, this, like, I had so much fun recording.
Ignore
all these
whatever
lines
they
and whatnot
said.
And just, oh my god,
They're
like,
trying
I remember,
to
I think it was that day when
Now isn't the
like,
time
the
for
apartment I was in was
questions.
empty,
We have
and
to
all my
protect
roommates'
this
animals had
facility.
shut the fuck
Protect
up.
the
I'm like, I'm
lives
not
of
gonna
your
get a better
friends
opportunity
who
than
came
this.
to
Let's go
support
for
you.
it.
Yeah.
That is our
I was very
priority,
happy with this
nothing
episode.
else.
But then I cried when I realized what I had to do
Steven.
next.
Recognize
I distinctly remember you kind of like wailing.
While you still can.
I will.
You're like, I finished it.
Misunderstand. If we take down the
I was like,
Crimson Knight of the
fuck, now I gotta
Alliance,
work on the next one.
I'm sure you could guess what that would mean for us.
Leave. I will not say it again.
I'll take my chances.
You're outnumbered.
Oh
I
man.
wonder about
Yeah,
that.
I remember. I think it was before this episode or after this episode. You sent me like the script for like one of the future episodes, which really showed me
This
how
is pretty
Steven
serious,
feels
isn't it?
when he's in battle.
We need to get you guys to the
And
underground.
Probably
doing that kind of
13,
don't
Karen's
bother.
episode, probably.
It was just destroyed.
Yeah, and
You've
doing
got to be
that
kidding.
really
We're trapped.
influenced my future
A new
performances.
unit has
because
entered the
it's just
area.
Like,
What?
oh god,
Put it on
voicing
screen.
Steven was so much fun in this episode. Like, it's
Yeah.
like just. I fucking went all out, and
Lieutenant.
I'm sorry. I keep
That's a
repeating
prototype
myself, but
machine built
I
for
really
mining.
had a lot of fun recording. Steven for
Terrorists
these
must
This
have gotten
one,
their
like-
hands on it somehow.
The scene that's coming up right now was one of my favorites because I love
Machine
I love
might
Karen
That's the
Veronica
best class
interactions.
offensive type. Don't feed us bullshit.
I'm
Because
not
they're
about
just
to
so
reveal
good.
certain things to civilians. Get on board and keep them in the dark.
I think it's a
They really
little
are. I
late
mean,
for
like,
that.
Look, the
Jesse
situation
and,
is a lot more
Amanda
severe than a
played really
rogue
well
terrorist
off each
attack.
other. So
They
So
did.
where the hell is the Alliance then? You know what? Screw it. I'm taking a frame.
The hell you are! You do
I
that,
tried
you'll
dropping
be
foreshadow
arrested.
hints about
You know the
characters and
terms of
shit
your
in this episode
situation.
a lot.
To hell with that!
Namely
Arrest
Karen.
me if you want, but do it after we handle this problem.
plus, I love how Karen's just like,
Still as
fuck you all.
hot-headed
I'm
as
gonna
ever.
do something
Now
about
isn't the
this.
Yeah.
time. Just sit tight.
Karen's
the sky
fun to
is
write.
turning crimson after all.
Is that coded crap really necessary?
It's a release command to notify all Alliance personnel to stay clear of the area.
Veronica
So
just shows
yes,
up at Karen's
it's
like,
necessary.
Love that.
Shit, not
that
this
Wouldn't
again.
you just have said that from the
Yeah,
beginning?
no, that clip right
You
there,
never did
Veronica,
understand
it was
protocol,
great.
did you? Oh, you're one
That
to
just
talk.
captured the
Do I
performance
need to
perfectly.
refresh your memory?
Yeah.
Try me.
Guys!
What?
That so-called
This
mining
is now
machine.
yelling the anime.
It's heading our way.
We can reroute
Dude,
the advanced
Mark,
programming and
are
have
you
them
on-
try and stall.
There's
Fucking
only 5
get
left,
in
sir.
here.
That's plenty.
Do you really have time to play over here?
Where are they?
Oh, so you figured it
This
out.
is this I really like this end part with the action sequences was like probably my pinnacle at the time of like animating
You
mecha.
did, like the way you ended this episode was such a good cliffhanger. Like it was such a really like textbook
You're going to
cliche
be fine.
cliffhanger ending,
And
but it was
before you know
so
it,
well
you'll be able to
executed.
protect everything.
Like, 'cause, look, people were legitimately commenting, going, "Did Adam die or something?"
Just be ready for the reality of your decision. If you're only doing this to prevent children from losing
And like I
their
want to
parents,
foreshadow like
you're going to
like how Adam is at this moment,
protect the lives of
where
your
everything's
friends
starting to get a little
who came to support
overwhelming.
you.
Where like the beginning episodes, it was like, all right, I want to go do this exam and be part of the military.
What?
And now he's kind of like at the chance, and he's kind of like having a panic
It's
attack
headed
and
to the
shit.
central hub. You can handle this one here, but I have to protect them.
Adam, don't be a fool!
Yeah, we're going from Ash Ketchum to Monica.
Just means I can't waste any more time here with you.
Everyone knows the louder you yell, the
answer
better
your
you pilot a
initial
complicated machine. That's just a
Where
fact.
they are, that man is a spiteful villain who deserves to die a horrific death.
Yes!
You are
That's how
certainly right,
Tennessee
Colonel
did it.
Bob.
No,
I mean,
not
it's
yet.
it's anime. It's one of
Looking
the
at the
it's one of the
speed of that
written like
pilot's frame,
it's one of the
I'd say
testaments
they
of
won't have
anime.
much
The
longer
louder
to
you
live.
yell, the better you are at anything.
You say
That they're both on board that machine.
Yeah.
It's also how you do more damage to your enemies.
Yes, Kira.
Unsuspecting
Oh
is
my
now
God.
forced to take part in one against his own nation.
And the girl? She's an innocent.
Sins
This was
upon,
fun.
as they say.
Because there's moments where I let
Damn it!
Steven be a badass. This was one of them.
Yeah, and it felt great to do because it's like, wow, I actually do feel kind of badass here. Look what happened with Gurren Lagann. I just yelled so loud that you left Galaxy.
Get away from them! Adam, wait!
No, they were throwing
you're
the
done
galaxies at each
Yeah.
other.
We could take this thing down and be done with it.
No,
Blow 'em
just
up. They
wait for a
became
second.
the galaxies. So,
Spiral energy.
Harold Caecus and his
yes,
daughter
indeed.
are on that
I really
thing!
need to rewatch
What?
that series.
I do too.
They were
I
abducted and they're being held hostage on that
finished
machine.
Darling
We
and the
have to be
Franks
careful.
and
Amy
remembered
is-
that I had the exact same experience as I did with Gurren, where I get about a dozen episodes in and then lack the utter capacity to stop watching anything, and then just kind of awake from a stupor 8 hours later and realize the series is over. So it'd be good to watch both of those like coherently.
So that's 5. I remember when this episode came out, the comments made me so happy. Just so happy. Seeing people
Yeah,
being
so,
like, oh.
Spoiler, I mean, Adam really did die in that explosion, and everything after this is just a fever dream before he goes on to the next life.
So, yeah, that does not a thing. It's not a thing that happens. So, before jumping into the season finale, which is episode 6, which was amazing, because Kira did a fucking fantastic job in this episode. I believe Brittany actually helped direct her.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was before I got my booth.
Yeah, it was.
But
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah, so it's like this was the season finale. This is fucking a long episode. This was like full, like 24 minutes, I think, 22, something like that.
It's another reason I want to redo Dragon's
We're gonna do it. Trust me.
studio now.
Yo, like legit, like let's talk about Dragonstar before we start the finale. Give a brief breathing room.
Sure.
So, Dragonstar. Explain what that is. It's a thing.
All right. So it is, first of all, to give you an idea of how far this goes back, the concept for it came about in 2008, I believe. So this has been, a thing for a really long time. It started out as like a series of radio plays, but they were incredibly cringy, and the writing was bad and just like everything. So it was kind of one of those things where, well, I kind of had this cool concept back in the day, but it just wasn't executed the best because it wasn't very good at writing, and the characters were largely insufferable, particularly Kazumi, the main character. So it kind of went back after a renewed passion for fighting games, and was like, this would be really cool to kind of make into a thing again, but make it better. And so we tried to reboot it. We held a casting call, wrote scripts, did all this kind of stuff for making it an animated thing. And over time, when we were kind of working on it, we were just like, we kind of lost the motivation to work on it because we're like, oh, we're not really happy with how this is coming out. And I don't know, like Adam can probably give a little more input on sort of the process that happened there.
Like what happened was, Kira was actually out here in New York for a convention. And it was her, me, and Curb hanging out. And we were talking about redoing it and about like, Kira was talking about being a content creator and like making her own story again. And we're like, oh, you should animate it. And then Curb, being the suave motherfucker that he is, he's like, you animate it. I'm busy. It's like, thanks, dick. It's like, fine. But it was good. It was a good idea. The problem was, at the time, this was around in between episode 4 and 5 of Shattered Heaven for me. So it was like, all right, yeah, definitely, we can do that. But I have to finish my season first. And when I finished the season, I wanted to switch animation because I felt that I had gotten so far with Flash that I can go, and I felt like Flash was holding me back. It was like because I was drawing more in Clip Studio Paint, and my art got better, and Flash wasn't really reflecting it because Flash likes to predict lines and stuff like that. And it was just like a fight between like, no, Flash, I want the line here. And Flash would be like, no, it's going to go 45-degree angle and fuck you. So I was like, all right, I can't do this anymore. So we did like a quick rush concept trailer, essentially. In Flash, and it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was still like, all right. Then after I finished the finale of Shadow Heaven, I was like, all right, I want to do a different program. And I want to do right by Kira. And I realized, all right, with the amount of talent that we're working with, and I can't keep it at like this level, and I have to figure out how I can improve better at animation. So it kind of got...
I also couldn't keep it at that level writing-wise. Like, I still was like, oof, people aren't gonna like this.
Yeah, no, Jess, you can, but that only works for a while. Stroke smoothness, it still fucks with you. Like, Flash is not as smooth as other pixel-based because it's vector. But no, like, I understood what Kira was saying. And that actually took a load off because I felt really bad. Because while I was working to improve the animation quality, and I actually did put out like a 2-minute preview clip from the first episode of Dragon Star, and it was like, all right, that looks better than Flash, but there were other issues. Like, you know, Kira felt the writing wasn't that solid anymore, and, you know, want to redo it. And it made sense, and I was like, all right, I'm still getting used to the new process. But that was like a load off my shoulders because I felt really, really bad that it was taking long to do it. So hearing that everyone else was discussing redoing it, I was like, oh, I feel better. I'm never going to use Flash again because Flash is inferior to Clip, 100%. My second season already looks a shit ton better than it ever did in Flash, so never touching Flash again other than animatic. All right, as you were saying, I was just trying to respond to it, Jess.
No, I was just gonna say that I also wanted it to be something that the people involved could be proud of, and not like, oh yeah, I did this cringy thing, I'm gonna sweep it under the rug. So I don't know. I'm sure like anyone here who has been a content creator can relate to that.
And you definitely know because I bitch to you about it all the time.
Yep.
Where I'm like, I feel like shit. I feel like I feel embarrassed. I hope no one's embarrassed about being part of this project. So you know, because I whine a ton about that. But definitely going to be getting... We're redoing... Curb redid the character designs. So we're going to do it a little simpler now. I'm going to try and finalize a style that'll work for it, where it's like kind of a hybrid between Curb's tome style and mine. So it'll work. It'll be a lot easier than me. Because with Shattered Heaven, when you see the second season trailer, I'm doing the opposite. I keep adding details that I probably shouldn't do as a one-person animator, but I can't stop doing it. I'm like fucking Goku as an animator. Just gotta get better.
Yeah, so when's the part where you go Ultra Instinct and do like a week straight of animating?
I already did, dude.
I was gonna say that's how has that not been his week so far?
Dude, working on this trailer and like finishing up some clips, 100% was my Ultra Instinct. So
with a little bit of Monster
That's
Hunter
true because you just gave me like some stills and some like stencil tests last night, and all of a sudden everything was fully animated like in the next few hours. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a problem. So yeah, so hopefully we'll have like some stuff up for Dragon Star soonish. At least the character designs. I want to get like
I'm really excited
small
to see what this turns out, and with the new designs and everything.
Yeah, same
I
here.
knew it was getting rebooted, but I'm curious to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the idea, like here, the idea of Dragon Star always kind of like, you know, was something I was always interested in because I don't think I've ever seen like something that covers the fighting game community, because I know that you and I are, you know, we're fans of fighting games and whatnot, and I don't think I've seen like something that's devoted strictly to this, like, or about that. So I've always been interested in seeing where it goes. So
yeah, that's another reason that I kind of wanted to come back to the concept too, because I feel like we have all these like sports anime and stuff like that, but there's not really like an esports anime, if you will.
I mean,
like,
if there's an anime about badminton, there can be
Yeah.
anime about fighting games.
Oh my god,
And
did
the
you
fighting
realize?
game community is so huge. I mean, I was at Evo partly to do research and partly just for fun, but I was at Evo last weekend, and it was just like, you know, it was incredible just seeing how much it had grown, and there's like thousands of people all coming out here just so hype about fighting games, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of what we want to make our story.
Yo, you know what we're gonna have to do? We are gonna have to do the anime sports thing. When there's like a really tense scene, we're gonna have to do the fighting stick shit, where it's like, it's so dramatic.
Step down forward, and it's just super fucking epic, super zoomed in.
Like super zoomed in slow down mode, where it looks like, all right, instinctually trying to do something, and then realizing at the last second it's not gonna work, and then like super flashy and shit like that. We're totally gonna have to do that. Just,
I thought I blocked.
just to be
Well,
weebs.
I love the idea of having Hiroshi's kind of like rival player be like this really obnoxious kid who, you know, this was a thing even way back in the original, but who wears like basically the Ryu type headband and like a martial arts outfit.
Yes!
And
Yes!
he's very much like, you know, his thing, because the character he mains, his signature attack is called the Fist of Justice, which I am holding tight to that name because I think it's hilarious and I don't want to change it.
No,
And so
don't
when
change
he
it at
gets
all.
knocked out, like in real life, the guy's like, "My fist of justice!"
Well, yeah,
and
'cause-
everyone, you know, because you can have a character that's really ridiculous if all the other characters are like looking at him, kind of like, "Okay, what's with this guy?" Like facepalm, you know?
Yes.
And
But
some
who's
people
double
do
quarter
get into it like that much, so.
But like, whose double quarter circle forward is gonna bring the dinosaurs into existence?
Oh, bring some Diego Brando into existence.
Yeah, quarter circle back, quarter circle back, gun flame. So.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that's gonna be cool. Like I told her, Chris and I are gonna have to go to round 1, and I'm gonna have to like record him playing fighting games as reference for the movements, and rotoscope him.
Yeah, and script-wise, I have one of my roommates on board who's been in the FGC for a long time. So one of the things that obviously we want to take a lot of care in, both visually and with the writing, is making sure, I mean, we're creating a fictional fighting game for this series.
Mhm.
So, you know, we don't have to worry about like being accurate to a real game or any like branding issues, because we are making a game for that. We're not making a game, but we're inventing the idea of a game that's contained within the story. And
That also gives,
you know, but
like-
we want to. Oh yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, no, I was just going to say, so when we're talking about things, like in kind of the draft ideas I'm coming up, because we want to focus on the pilot episode for now. So I'm coming up with like the draft of, you know, okay, this player who plays kind of casually, she's like, man, why am I always losing? And, you know, maybe her friend who's kind of learning more about this stuff and helping her is like, well, you got to stop jumping in. You got to stop mashing out your super on wake up. You know, stuff that's like really, that applies in like every fighting game, you know?
Yeah.
Because if we just make up, in the old one, we just kind of made up a bunch of stuff,
excuse
but
me.
it's like, we have to make it work with like the actual physics of fighting games, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and
So
I
that
was
any-
about to say, like, you know, and since you're making your own thing, you won't really also run into the problem of people going, oh, well, Ryu can't really do that, like da 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 da,
Yeah.
or something like that. And you can avoid like anybody really technically assessing, you know, just because I know some people like live and breathe fighting game statistics and performances and whatnot, and also like with frame damage and frame motions and everything like that. So.
See, I told you we don't have to worry about that shit for this. Like, we don't. If it becomes like, because we want to. It's like we want to be respectful to the fighting game community, obviously, but we still got to tell the story, and the story is about the characters, and the fighting game community is like the backdrop to it. It's like the main draw is not the fighting game community and stuff like that. It's the characters interacting with it and within it, and we can establish the fighting game community, obviously. But in the beginning, just to like draw attention and to maybe build stuff up, we shouldn't have to worry about that. And then like maybe down the line, if people really enjoy it, we can start developing more of that. But just to get it off the ground, you don't have to really worry about that stuff.
Or if you can even come up with then, or kind of find a nice,
yes,
like, I honestly, as dumb as it is, Keijo is like my favorite sports anime of all time, just because. You know, it's like Travis. It's just merrily chewing the scenery in the corner the whole time and just loving what it is.
Fun fact: there will be a Shattered Heaven Keijo minisode.
Oh boy.
Which I adore, but no, but
like, get the Gatling?
and not necessarily like that you have to do it the same way Keijo did, but like the fact that Keijo found a way to not only take a unusual concept but also totally embrace it in a really unique way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, completely agree. So hopefully we'll have more info on Dragon Star. Probably.
So Bob says the final battle should have a dramatic moment where the protagonist breaks one of the sticks and he has to use the nub to finish the fight.
He unlocks his eye power. I can see that. Oh god. Sorry, Kuroko no Basket is like my favorite sports anime, so I'm just like thinking about eye power. So, all right, so let's jump into the season finale of Shattered Heaven, get that over with, and then we can start showing the new stuff and be like, this is what it currently looks like. And it's cool because, like, for me specifically right now, I'm seeing the evolution of the series, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I did improve a bit. I guess there is some growth. I think this goes for like any creator or in like any artistic person. As you're like doing it, you don't necessarily see when you improve because you just look at it all the time, and you only notice the improvement when you go back a long enough way and be like, oh, that is pretty drastic. So this is the finale, which I'm very happy with. Everyone did a fantastic job in this one.
People still have PTSD, but it's fine.
Yeah, Natalie hated me for a while with this one. Because there was a lot of shit in this one.
I remember the tears that came with animating this one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a specific scene that I hated myself.
I remember because we were at a con and you were just like crying as you were animating it.
Fun fact, I really was crying. There were like literal tears coming down my cheeks. That happened. So yeah, this is the finale, and this is the episode where a lot of people were like polarizing reactions to. Some were like, yes, that happened. Others like, damn, that happened.
Which is what we were aiming for, so.
Yeah. Project Trinity, Jonathan did a really good job with the music in this one, as always. He will accept my praise and deal with it. Natalie did amazing with all the sound design. And we had a lot of fun with the specific mechs sound effects for it.
The thing that made me the most annoyed, and the thing I spent the stupidest amount of time on, was the fact that you kept constantly cutting between cockpit different cockpits. So all of the frame cockpits were different than the ones Amy was in, and then all the outside perspectives. So the first thing I did was spend about 3 hours cutting ambient sounds, and by the end of it, I was about ready to stab you.
Welcome to Gundam, okay? Watch a Gundam, you're like, oh, okay. He's not insane and making shit up.
It was just...
Oh god, now like watching it now, knowing that information, I'm just like, oh god, Natalie, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I felt really bad for her.
I don't think I've ever...
That's also one of my favorite lines right there, where I just say, so sorry to interject, but we have a problem, and you just say like, now what? Like in the perfect, now what the fuck is gonna go wrong today?
That's exactly what it was, because it's like, if you think about it, this is all taking place in the same exam. Within like 20 to 30 minutes.
On the same day and just like in like literally minutes apart from each other. You just found out your girlfriend's stuck in this mech. You can't get her out. Her father's been kidnapped. She was kidnapped. And now there's someone new. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
And now what happens when Chris gets tired of being asked about brawl taunts?
There it is.
There it is. There it is. Like that was...
Like, right around this scene, this is where I think my favorite sound design came in, was right around this time code. And the stuff we were just everything around the Irregular. I really liked when I got the Cinematic Darkness pack, and there was so much cool shit in there to work with that made this.
I love the name Cinematic Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good name for a sound pack. Just
It was so good.
darkness.
Just, I loved everything about this one. Like, I watch it now, and there are animation things I want to do differently. But you know, learning progress. But just like everyone's acting like, and then introducing Curb to the series.
Remove yourself from my path. There will be no more.
Terminator soundtrack.
The
basically.
360 turn we dubbed the 360 of hell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was 360 of hell. It was like.
Came from.
I remember you crying. You were just like, I should be using 3D software.
Yeah, this is exactly what it sounds like. Why the fuck did I decide to use 360-degree shot? It sounded cool in like concept.
You're crazy. That's why.
But I love
the animatics of that one too, and just going through and being like, no, I think you need to do this, and you just be like,
oh god, yes. Right. I just the ambience of this episode was so much fun. And like between like
that sequence right there where he slams them into the building, that was my favorite thing to come up. I was like, I have all these fucking explosions and I can finally use them.
This guy needs a quarter circle B, this mech. Dude, whoever Colonel Bob is in chat is hysterical.
I'm pretty sure it's Rob, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. John did a fantastic job on this soundtrack for like the Irregular scene. It was just like everything. You had like the despair of the music, Kira's performance as Amy with like the mix, like the struggle of despair and like reflecting on certain shit. It's just everything. I was really happy with this one. It was one of the few ones where I feel like there wasn't really a weak link to the episode.
There's a threat that needs to be eliminated.
No, I think you really got the stars to align pretty nicely on this one.
Smith versus Neo, but better anime.
Aww.
I know. You promised me.
But around this was like
enormous rain balls are coming out of this and shit. You
Like-
can actually tell what's going on.
every creator that has written something or done something always has like that one part of their story that they really enjoy. And I've wanted to animate this part for so many years.
Well, I mean, it certainly shows too, because I mean, like, just the amount of work you put into this, and like, just everything. Every single frame that you put into this episode showed that, like, how much you wanted to do it. Because I remember how much you talked about, like, that you wanted to do this and everything.
Yeah.
So
it was a bitch, and I hated myself for it. But like, I think the animation at the beginning of this episode and the animation at the end of it show growth in the same episode. It's like, I feel like I pulled a Vegeta where I forced myself to go Super Saiyan.
You wanted it so bad. It happened.
just make a request, OST, and dub it, remaster OST.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, remaster these, because the Irregular's in season 2, so we probably should have a remaster of his music. All right, so this is the other part of Amy's minisode, because I redid it when Amber came on as Sharon, and made it look better than it did before.
Flashbacking.
Things are always good when a character has a flashback.
Yeah, that usually means they have a future.
I thought this flashback included the whole of the minisode.
Oh no! Oh god, no! Like, I was like, that would be fucking stupid. No, no,
Yeah,
because I was originally going to, and then you're like, really, really?
Okay.
You're like, that's gonna
like halfway through, they'd be like, yeah, we get the point. She's gone.
We're like, we get the point. She's having a flashback to a funeral. It's kind of obvious. No, it just made more sense to just keep it to the Amy Sharon thing, because I really did want Sharon to be in the series already by this point. Like, she's not fully introduced until season 2.
Is that what you meant?
But she's like in season 1, just hasn't been like integrated yet.
Adam Novus. He's usually hanging around the VR testing facility. He's more interested in piloting and frames and all the paperwork and science stuff we handle.
So, he's a pilot?
Yeah, well.
So
not
and
a real
Kira
pilot,
is in season 2. I have to
but
give her
he's part of the team
scripts.
responsible for
It's like,
keeping
hey,
the
guess
ship
what?
in
You
its
still
formation.
speaking things.
Interesting.
Her character reincarnates.
Oh, sorry. It's nothing.
No, like Kira just comes back
Nerds.
from the dead and just like she just has a line of
No, okay. So the opening to episode 7, right? I'm glad that I was talked out of this.
Or she pulls a deal Brando and just switches body
Well,
with someone
here,
else.
here's what I want to do for the opening of 7, because I wanted to reanimate some stuff from 6, and I was talked out of it.
I specifically remember having the no, Adam, no conversation with that.
Yeah.
If you said that, Greg, I just imagined that Kira's character's head was just wrapping around a character with its veins shooting laser beams.
just rolling away from the wreckage of the Buckland.
Takes
like,
out
found
Adam.
one of the bodies of the guys that had infiltrated, just like, ooh, this'll do.
You know what?
And then she comes
I
back.
say that
like,
as
remember me,
jest,
Adam? And
but
just
Kira would totally be up
on
for
him.
that.
Oh yeah, no, I know she would.
It's like, hey, guess what, Adam? It's a Rotorolada!
But I do.
I-
He cares about me. He made his decision.
What? You can't be serious.
Adam does seem like the guy to say yada yada to say.
Fuck you.
Adam definitely is that guy. Would be like, oh, what a pain in the ass.
Not yet. Maybe like book 2 or book 3, Adam. Not book 1.
My patience has been complete.
That sounds like Kira's character belongs in the thing. Well, you know. Maybe Amy was a vampire and we didn't know it.
Jay shows up with a
It's not a threat. Don't you understand?
I just.
There's hostages in there.
It's very rare for me to watch episodes that are like from a while ago and be like, you know what? I'm not embarrassed by this.
There are no hostages. It's just
I'm glad I managed to make it in time for the open so far.
Hmm.
No, wait.
I'm just gonna say it right now because everyone says it whenever they hear one of his performances. God damn,
Is this
Kerbifer.
consequence of my decisions? I'm sorry.
Do they though?
I really am.
Well, apparently they said it when they heard him a mob psycho, so I mean.
For me? I'm sorry for everything.
Stop talking like that.
This is so
I'm not ready to
good.
give up just yet.
It's like,
Move, you piece of shit.
you guys make me better.
Aw, we love you too.
You guys except Greg make me better.
Oh! I knew it was coming. Gonna get you to say it one day.
You'll get him to cry if you go the way of Caesar, I think.
It's good. Greg's getting better. Yeah, so I just.
Maybe it was wrong to do what I did.
Oh god.
Just hold up for a little longer.
John. You covered up occasionally where I was like, oh, I could put more detail in here, but the music covered
Willing to do anything for me.
It's true.
That's synergy.
Did you come here?
Yes.
What's your
Teamwork
reason?
makes the dream work.
Now really isn't the time.
Yeah.
Adam, I know that this episode is great and all, but you did miss a good opportunity for
wanted
your
to
super
make a
powered mech to
difference.
do like a German suplex or something like that. That would have been hype.
Dude, oh,
15
first of all, it's like
15 suplex.
Travis gets to have some fun in episode 13, because 13 is a flashback to
yes, I do.
to Karen's like backstory, and
Oh yes.
I gave
The
his.
rain effects over the mech fight because it's not crazy enough.
You just opened my eyes to what I didn't want to see.
Yeah.
The world isn't
Oh,
so
what am
simple. People are hurt for no
He
reason.
just needs to DDT the mech.
No, well, so anyway, what I was saying with
Powerless. Our sins
with
are
Travis, it's like his mech has
Protect you.
like knuckle weapons. So
Yes.
I wrote him doing the Dempsey roll in a mech. Episode 13 has him doing a Dempsey roll in a mech.
basically get Dudley's finisher, and I'm back.
And he's just like, and the best
part on trash.
Rolling thunder.
He's like, I don't give a shit. That this makes no sense.
Cross.
No.
Okay, this part was this part came out well, and again, Kira did such a good job as this character, and everything.
Stop.
Adam, not to bust your bubble here, but I think the screen. Oh nope, there we go.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was...
Oh, so you got a new follower here. Hello, Kimiko G86 or G66.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for the follow. Sure. Nice one.
She's okay. She's fine. She's
fine.
And didn't you say that you like nearly blew your voice out by doing all this?
I did blow my voice out. The amount of takes I took screaming Amy, like, destroyed my throat. Cause I voice act, and I know how to do it right. This part coming up was a bitch to end. Like, I said this next part went from like 30 seconds to like a minute and a half. Because I kept sending it to people, asking like, for opinions on how to make it more dramatic. Not this part, but like after the regular bounce.
But I think it came out better because you did get that feedback. And
Oh, yeah.
You were incorporating it and really.
It needed to be good. For this scene and the drama, it needed.
Adam just has the worst day ever.
I mean, it really wasn't Flay's death. I'll make a joke about it, but it really wasn't.
No, because unlike Kira Yamato, Adam gave a shit about Amy, so.
I just because they didn't really show her die, I was playing with the anime excuse that, oh no, maybe she's not dead. But then you could have had her like crawling out of the rubble, like half skin missing, like a Terminator.
Yeah.
Just being like, why was I programmed to feel pain?
Yeah, this was a bitch to do.
Or she just rolls out going, I'm alright, I'm okay. Ah.
But she lands on like a banana, and it's like a banana. Analogy.
Just rolls down a bunch of stairs, like my shoe.
And like I said, I'll make jokes about like the Flay thing, but I wrote this book before Gundam Seed came out, so Gundam Seed can suck it.
She just walks out of the flames and goes, "Wow, that was a close one."
What was that? Are they all right?
That's the how it should have ended version.
Yeah, the uncut version where she's like, "Wow, everything's okay." Just squish.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Of course it matters.
Fucking Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim just comes out of nowhere and steps on her by accident.
It's a little late to worry about.
Enough with the bullshit. Just spit it
Womp
out.
womp.
Harold Caecus and his daughter Amy were held captive aboard that machine.
What? So then.
Thing I haven't told Adam, so you need to ask for Pacific Rim music because that.
Can't believe this.
If you want your computer to die, that's a good way to do it.
I don't know if you've seen that art project where someone decided to make a scene from Pacific Rim using puppets.
Rebel Cheese, hello. Also, yeah, like if I remember, Flay's death was pretty sudden. They made it look like he was saved, and then space laser from nowhere.
Yeah, right.
Just Karen sinking into the flames, giving
Oh,
a
hey,
turn.
isn't Chris Priscilla gonna show up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Nope.
But yeah,
Sorry
there's
about
Chris
the other-
Priscilla, who I originally voiced in the original series, and
When he was white, yes.
yeah, I know exactly. Then you. So when I took on the role of Steven, you're just like, yeah, so you're just gonna completely remake Chris into a completely new person. So
Or are we going to do something about it? We shouldn't rush into it without making a
Oh,
proper
I saw
idea.
a great
You guys can sit
post
here and
where
wait.
someone was
I'm going.
hypothesizing a remake of Terminator 2 purely for the updated memes and like jokes and everything. And they're like, as he sinks into the lava pit, instead of giving a thumbs up, he dabs.
Oh no!
Like, oh my gosh.
No, you know what? Now I can't unsee it. Like, what if this episode really ended with just like Adam leaving, and then like out of the fire corpse, you just see Kira's like just Amy's arm rising there, and then you just hear dun 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 dun.
No, just Holly. Jake's not a person anymore. I haven't heard from Jake in like years. I talk to Holly all the time.
What the hell was that thing? No idea.
I like how the character was just Holly too.
Yeah.
But I don't even want to be
So
didn't Holly play like the black-haired girl with the green clothes in the first episode?
She was literally just on screen right now.
Oh, okay. Look, just quiet.
So,
You're thinking too much about Terminator.
So okay, wait. Just going back, because I don't know how many people caught this when the episode first came out. I'm gonna pause it here. If I didn't pass
tomato in his eye.
No, not that. There it is. Okay. I don't know how many people caught this. I included it, but okay. So, in terms of your jokes about Amy like lifting her arm, I don't think she's gonna be lifting her arm.
Well, yeah, it's right there.
At all. There.
She's using her other arm to lift her severed arm. It's fine. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh no!
It's just off my body. It's still good.
No.
It's still good.
Oh God. So, and I had to do since it was the finale. I had to do the extended credit things where it's like I'm gonna show things, and the episode's still going on, but the credits are going because that's fun. So yeah, this was the first season finale, and oh my God, it kicked my ass. This episode kicked my ass.
I could never have guessed based on this.
Based on the commentary, it was a cakewalk. What? But yeah, no, I said it a lot, but I have to emphasize how lucky I am to work with these people and how much easier they made my life in terms of this and in terms of continuing to keep going with the project. Because there's been plenty. She directed a lot of people. She directed Kira in the episode, specifically, and she directed a few of the other lines when we were at the studio. But like dealing with depression and stuff like that, especially online creators, there's a lot of times where you kind of just want to give up because it gets exhausting because you don't think it's like going anywhere. But I didn't, and that's mainly because of these people that I work with that are my friends and that have been super kind. Super appreciate. So thank you guys for being a part of this and giving your time to this passion project thing that is probably never going to end.
We've gotten word back
ever.
I noticed my name wasn't in the thank you credits. I'll expect that later.
Thank you, Travis.
How could you forget Travis?
Without us tracking it.
I don't know.
Being awfully calm. You knew this was going to happen, didn't you?
Now you're just speculating, my boy.
Everyone else
ACO was dead long before this shit came out.
No.
So it wasn't gonna shout out.
Okay, he forgot to thank you too.
I'll deal with the alliance. There is something else.
Lucius?
One of our former interns, Adam Novus.
So I like this because like the end episode started to foreshadow what the theme of the series was gonna be. And now season one was basically a prologue, essentially. When you look it down.
Interesting.
He also has an older brother in the Alliance, known as the Crimson Knight.
So
the two of them are holding off the terrorists until the
that was fun. And now I felt really bad because like the season ended in 2016. I haven't had like season 2 in a while, but again, that's because I've been changing the animation process. So, all right, there's more. I forgot.
Should we watch the volleyball minisode
Yes.
before we?
Well, yes, I know that, but this episode's still going.
Okay, I was just making a suggestion.
I already said
It's
that.
so impatient, Greg.
We have more epilogue and post-credit fake-out scenes than Marvel, apparently.
I only had 2, okay?
You know, one of those characters could give him a fucking hug. Come on.
First of all, Steven doesn't give hugs. Karen is awkward as fuck
Yeah,
when it comes to
doesn't
shit.
hug. Steven doesn't know how to love.
Karen is very, like, distant to people for
His
reasons.
handlebar mustache should come off and hug him. Just do.
Oh my god. So again, so that was the last episode of the season. The last actual episode I did in Flash was the minisode, which technically takes place after episode 8. So I'm gonna let this play. I gotta go get a drink because I am. my throat's
Someone
killing
just
me.
asked who the main villain of Shattered Heaven is, and I feel like that's going really into spoiler territory.
Not really. I mean, it just kind of like. Well, I don't know. What's your definition of main villain of Shattered Heaven? Do you mean like?
Well, I mean, I've read the book.
No,
so
I know. I'm
already
talking.
who
I'm
the
talking
main
to
villain
Jess. I'm not talking to you. I see the question. Because that could be
War.
War is the villain. Well, at this point, right now, oh my fucking god, Guppy. Oh my god. Okay, so the ACO crew is in here. Guppy is 100% the villain. Well, I mean, it should be pretty obvious from the finale. It's always Vince McMahon with his fucking with his strut
It's
walk.
me, Adam. It was me, Adam. It was me all along, Adam.
Let's build Novus for SummerSlam.
Yeah. Against Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Adam Novus, you versus Roman Reigns tonight at the Garden.
Sorry. This is the live stream is for the cast and crew only, because that's what this stream is. So sorry. So I'm gonna pass on that. Like, we can interact in the chat and that's fine, but I'm not.
Or a Discord for Shadow.
Yeah, I have the. I mean, I have a public Discord for Shattered Heaven. Like, hold on, I'll drop that link.
The series ends when Vince walks down next to it and actually blows out his calves and just sits down awkwardly staring at Adam.
Yes. That is the. That should be the public Discord to Shattered Heaven.
That to me like makes April Fools. It's just the Vince McMahon walk and then he just sits down and just awkwardly stares at Adam.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back because I need a drink before my throat dries up. So I'm gonna play the 4th minisode, and I'll be right back.
All right.
This was a fun one. Volleyball was fun, mainly because of Amanda Lee. Got me into Haikyuu. It's literally Haikyuu the ripoff. It was written and animated for that.
So the minisodes are essentially the way you're vicariously living your sports anime fantasies.
There will be a Kuroko basketball one, yes, 100%. It's exactly what it is. All right.
Also, we want to point out that the dog that makes a cameo here, Raven, is actually Brittany Lotta's actual dog. So.
Hit the ball to the other side. Can't be that hard.
He has no idea, does he?
I think my character's in this episode. I'm pretty sure he's in the ball.
They're going along with this.
Yeah, this one I had a lot of fun doing because it was Steven that he had no clue what he was in for, and he was really out of his element, where he's a character who's usually in the know. So, playing this episode where it's like, he hasn't even played, so when I'm reading the script and like, wait, he hasn't even played volleyball? Adam goes, no. I'm like, oh, this ought to be a lot of fun then. So,
I'm willing to put.
I don't understand this sports ball.
yeah, what? The pointy end goes into the other man. What's?
No idea about what.
I imagine him turning on the TV, golf's on, and he goes, it seems like these people are having fun, then turns the TV off.
Steven's not allowed to have fun, and then you have the Karen from Street Fighter laugh there.
I was about to say the laugh going on.
You're the girl from Genesis. Sharon, yeah.
You roped her into this?
We needed a fifth, and Sarah wanted nothing.
Listen,
to
if they're
do
gonna have a
with it,
Keijo
so
episode, it has to be all the
not that I had
dudes
any
fighting
other
with their asses.
That's
what, just Jay slamming an ass in the Novus face.
Yeah, just I want to hear Ty Konzak go, but Gatling.
Dude, I'm gonna make it happen.
Guys, that's actually the premise.
Yeah, it is.
I know. I've seen Keijo.
Yeah.
No, the Shattered Heaven one is all the dudes.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's gonna be all the
I mean,
dudes.
it has to be at this point. It has to be.
Ab fight.
So, I love this one. It's like completely a ripoff of IQ, and I am totally fine with it. I'm in.
Karen just like fuck all of you guys in this entire episode. So just.
I hope you're ready.
Aw, Jareth.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, and because I know Amanda did like volleyball in college and whatnot, so it was just perfect. I had to do it.
Just shut up and
Tell me to shut up.
Yeah, it's just.
Please calm down.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Am I too late for the party?
This is
Yo, no, perfect, because we're gonna be watching the debuting the season 2 trailer next, so good timing.
Dang, what's up, everybody?
Sup, Mark? So this is Mark Allen Jr. He is the voice of
Mark Allen.
He is the voice of
No,
Marcus.
not Mark Allen. Mark Allen Jr.
Yeah. He is.
I am not my father.
He is the voice of Marcus Falden.
No, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah.
I have to resist the urge to say "Con Dad" because that's what we nicknamed Mark because he made sure Amanda and I didn't die at Anime Expo the first time we went. First and only time we went.
I had like 5 bottles of water. I had hand sanitizer. I had snacks. Yeah, no.
He pretty much was just missing the child leashes for us.
As you both ran in opposite directions.
No, they did though.
Perfect.
I'm not even joking.
That was good. This time though, stop the ball with your arms.
Look at that wipe right there.
It didn't come from the bottom corner though, so it's not the patented Star Wars.
No mercy.
Here it comes.
Here's a little slice of karma.
I think the stream froze again.
Yeah. Okay.
Had a cool phrase though. Just iPhone.
Okay, back. All right, cool.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh God.
How does
Stop
using your face?
Just right in the face.
I think he might need some medical
He's just so athletic.
I had too much fun with this one. I really did.
You don't wanna, like,
And this was like Amber's like first full, I guess, episode as Sharon.
Oh, look at all these wipes.
Remember, not your face.
Stop you. Yeah,
I
stop.
hope there's a
using your
spiral
face
wipe
as
like
line.
next time.
Yeah, this was just a shit ton of fun to write. And especially following episode 6, it was kind of like something that needed to happen because it was like, oh, cool. After that shit fest of an episode.
See, that's always a tough thing because you have like a really dramatic ending scene in the last episode.
Yeah.
And you start up this episode and everyone's like, oh man, it was so emotional. I wonder how intense it's going to be this time. And then open with a volleyball game.
I love that.
That's why, because it's mini so like in the
Anything to say now?
it takes place after episode 8, in between 8 and 9, so it's like it happens later, but I just wanted to get the mini-sode out.
For the love of God, stop instigating her.
There's a lot of tension.
Yeah, dude, congrats on like My Hero and all that stuff, man. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
I'm glad that Texas seems to be working out for you.
It's treating me well, yeah.
Taste that? That's your utter defeat.
Okay, seriously.
And-
I'm not sure he's moving this time.
This time for sure. Nope.
You need this Epo slow motion impact shot. She just
Like, even though we're just like, okay, Adam, get psyched. Nope. Bomb. It's just, I mean, I honestly enjoyed this episode too. Not like because number one, it was like a really fun episode, but number two, it helped like break the tension of what's going on. Just kind of like, you know, oh yeah, you know, these are still people. It's not like there's a giant war going on that they're always involved in. It's like, no, they need breaks like everyone else.
Well,
so.
keep in mind that like Adam literally just learned that was a thing.
That did the trick.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know about it beforehand.
It's still an open wound. It'll take time.
I know.
I don't know, man.
But he's interacting with
I think war all the time with no breaks is a really good idea.
Yes, we know. It'll be emphasized in the next trailer. Dude! Oh my god! I'm not gonna front, I had so much fun with the new Season 2 trailer. Oh my god.
I'm excited, man. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's next after this.
I've already seen it, and it's awesome.
I might like legit mute the chat just to watch it. Just heads up.
There's nothing wrong, dude.
I'm
By all
not
means.
responding to
You
you
should all
guys.
mute ourselves so that way we can, like, everyone in chat can watch it without
Yeah.
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 Everyone shut up.
Because it's different. Because like people that may not have watched the series before, seeing it being like just watching all of Season 1, and then seeing what Season 2 is going to be, because I'm going to be showing a clip too, is a dramatic difference in quality. Like
So it's going to be in black and white. Everyone is stick figures.
100%, man.
For us to know who
We're
they are.
we're doing stick fighting anime. We're going back to Newgrounds, dude.
Instead of
Yes.
sound effects,
I was about to
Natalie's
say,
just
like,
gonna do
oh, is
full-
this going to become the new Zhao Zhao?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to be the Foley guy in the background with just
well,
the
if you need
box
me, I'll
table.
But it's gonna be severely limited.
Oh,
We're gonna
right.
have,
Oh,
like,
okay.
A sheet of bubble
All right,
wrap.
hold on. This needs to be
I
heard.
absolutely need a kazoo for all the mech noises.
Yeah. All right. All right. Every now and then I get really good bloopers, and Austin, I love Austin so much that he just randomly did this.
Wait, what?
When it gets, I went a little far. It's getting
I
there.
suppose no matter how lost you can be,
Yeah, I need to hear this.
there's always a way back home.
All right. Well, if you need me, I'll be over here playing with the boys from Top Gun. Playing with the boys.
So, like, to talk about Austin a little bit, I've directed him a couple of times and just worked with him on other
love him
projects, and
so
his bloopers are phenomenal.
They're
Like
so fucking
things
good.
that you wouldn't even expect come out of his mouth, and you're just like, did you really just say that?
Well, it's like the time where I was on a Rick and Morty high, so I just recorded a bunch of lines of me as Stephen Noah's going, "You gotta get in the frame, Adam. Get in the fucking frame."
Yeah, that's a
You
thing.
just gotta pilot the robot, Adam. You just gotta get in the robot and fight the war, Adam. Get in the fucking robot, Adam. There's a war going on.
I'm gonna animate that, by the way.
Oh jeez.
Oh god.
It's gonna be done. So that was.
What I loved is that you took that voice clip and put it to a clip of Adam where he just looks like he's fucking done. Like it's this deadpan stare of like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And
Yeah.
just
So, all right. That was the first full season of Shattered Heaven. For those of you that are in the stream that haven't watched this before or didn't know this was a thing, thank you for watching it with me and with us and listening to us have commentary on the season. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, that's cool too. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe because I think that's what YouTubers do. So it was a really big learning experience for me. Making an animated web series is really hard, especially by yourself. It's very hard to keep it going, to keep the momentum and the motivation going. A lot of times you'll get like knocked around from maybe not being seen when you release an episode or having fans that are watching it but they're not like leaving comments on it. So it's really hard. You got to keep doing it, and I really appreciate the friends that surround me. And they're real friends. They're not like yes friends where they tell you, dude, you're totally fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what you did. It's flawless. I love having friends that are like honest and will point out when something doesn't work or what I should do to improve it. Even if initially I'm like, really? I just busted my ass and I gotta redo it? Fuck you. It comes from the heart. So I really appreciate it. So Season 2 has been kicking my ass. I've been upping the quality a ton. I'm very happy with where it's going. I've improved a shitload with this. Ideally, debuted before the end of the year. I unfortunately had to recast Veronica because her actor really busy. Life happens. It was a mutual thing. It wasn't something that was bad or negative. It was like they felt bad. They wanted to keep doing it, but life happens, and didn't want to hold me back, so we recast, and I'm really looking forward to this new actor taking over the role and moving forward. So, all right, this is the new season 2 trailer. It's different.
Adam,
World premiere.
You don't find this rude of me.
God damn it! I gotta start because you. All right.
Adam,
Here we go.
Hope you don't find this rude of me to ask, but how are you coping after losing a dear friend?
You're not as special as Amy made you believe.
Adam, let go.
Get out of this! He doesn't know. He doesn't know a damn thing!
I know more than you think.
Just how many of these little shits are there? I can tell you're one of those types to harp on the past.
If Adam takes out the lead unit, you owe me drinks tonight.
You wanted to protect people, right? Well, ending the conflict on Mars is the best way to do that.
I'm aware of who you are. You're the one who let Harold Caecus and his daughter die.
You hear that? Make sure you take him out.
I should have been there to prevent this.
Even if you were there, there's no guarantee that you would have made a difference.
At least he would have had a chance.
This is war, Novus. It's not pretty, it's not some friendly game of competition, it's an ugly piece of shit.
If you let this consume you from the beginning, it will kill you. We don't have time for personal vendettas.
Is he going to be all right?
I don't have an answer for that. Everyone deals with this sort of thing differently.
It'd be a lot safer if you just leave it be.
If you aren't full of it and there is something wrong, then I'd rather expose it.
I know your situation. You joined for revenge, right? That's an instinct, you know. You say you joined to protect others, but that's bullshit. What's really driving you is murderous intent.
So what are you saying? That this reality, it's the only one that exists? That I'm supposed to just follow orders and kill innocent people?
You act tough, but you're no different than me.
I'm nothing like you!
You say that, but I saw you on the field. You enjoy the thrill of battle. You only feel alive while fighting. Your hands have blood on them, just like mine.
So that's season 2. Things happen.
Rated G.
Oh, 100% rated
Well,
G.
damn.
I mean, just how many of these little shits are there? That's really what I want to know. That question was asked, but like, I feel like it was never answered.
No, it wasn't answered. There's a lot.
You'll have to watch to find out.
Yeah.
Singer.
Just gonna have to watch.
It makes such a huge difference, though, watching all the way from the beginning and then all of a sudden being like, bam, quality jump, though.
Yeah. I had to watch it all to be like, oh, okay, there is going to be a quality jump. Because when I
want to
changed...
say, like, the colors especially really pop in that trailer.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
They
the lighting effects and all the weapon effects and everything.
So much fun with that,
The
dude.
detail in the frames as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've went, to be honest, I'm doing what everyone says not to do. Because when you're a one-person animation team, everyone's like, be simple, don't overdo it. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm overdoing it.
Damn it, Adam, you're a loose cannon.
Because Adam believes in working as hard as he possibly can and forgetting about things like sleep
And food.
eating, and, yeah. But damn it, those stalactites look great.
Yeah, so this is an actual full clip that's going to be shown in a minute.
Oh, snap.
No lip syncs because I'm lazy and I couldn't get that far, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not fully sound balanced yet. But
lazy shit, that's funny.
I am a lazy shit. I could have done more. Yeah, no, it's like from an Insecure standpoint, I've always felt like while my friends, you know, Amber, like Kira, Mark, fucking everyone basically, and Matt especially too now, you know, and Bree and all those, and Brittany and all those people, it's like, and Natalie and just everyone, as they're doing more industry work and getting more prevalent roles and whatnot, it's like, it's hard to feel like you're still a part of your peer group when you're not doing the voiceover stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm a professional in my own right and my own things that I do, but it's very hard to feel like you're still part of that conversation. You know, it's like I do MV Curb and like Tome and whatnot because they are part of the creative, like, indie perspective discussion. You know, like Ruby too. I have my issues with Ruby, but is what it is. It's still discussed. And now, fuck you, Rooster Teeth, for doing a mech indie animation series, dicks. Even though I'm sure I'll like it because you got David fucking Tennant. Stunt cast the anime. But I'm sure I'll like it, and I will support Genlock because it's a good thing to see other mech stuff come out there. But I won't lie that when I first heard it was announced, I was very like, fuck. There goes my uniqueness. And I know the logical discussion should be, dude, they're not really an indie studio anymore if they can get like David Tennant and you know, Michael B. Jordan, and all that stuff like that.
I mean, to be fair, Adam, you haven't sent either one of those guys an email of inquiry.
That's true, I haven't. But the point is, it's like it's honestly not a smart thing to do to compare me as a one-person like animation studio team to everyone else. But I do, and it's part of the reason why I keep improving because I have to keep striving to get better. So this whole season. I'm going further than I should.
Doesn't kill you though, like, and I say that mostly in jest. Someday there's going to be like some industry animation award that's going to be the Adam Tilford Animation Balls of Steel Award for whoever themselves the most to
Considering
produce
that literally some days for you, Adam, it's just wake up, go to work, come back, and then just animate until you pass out is just...
Yeah.
Honestly, like, just viewing your production process through, like, Facebook posts and Twitter posts, I've seen posts of you, like, oh, it's raining too hard, I guess I'll animate in my car. And I'm like, dude, like, I have never met anyone as dedicated to getting a single project done as you. I mean, I have my own labors of love that have been on hold for 4 or 5 years, but
Same
you've
here.
been working the entire time. And even when you take breaks, you always come back and you're fierce at it. You always come back 100%. You give it your all, sometimes too much of your all. But
Sometimes.
just the dedication is just so impressive, and you should never feel like you're not anywhere near as professional as everybody else, because you are. You're just doing it all by yourself.
Dude,
Yeah.
I appreciate that, like, a lot. Like, thank you.
honestly, dude, I feel the same way because, I mean, we've talked about a few of the projects that I've wanted to work on for a while, and I've, like, been with them on and off and everything, and you have encouraged me to pursue them, but I see your drive, and it's inspiring to just see you. I mean, yeah, to the point of almost near insanity, but it's still inspiring to just fucking see you, like, keep on going at this, because just it's really, I mean, because even this scene right here that we're animating, you really needed my lines done, and when I got them done the next day, or like the next day or two, and like within the next 48 hours, this whole thing was animated. So,
Well, it was animated before you recorded to begin with. So
seriously
that.
though.
No, I do appreciate it, and I do know the worth and whatnot, but it is still hard at times. But hey, it keeps me motivated. It keeps me going. So yeah.
You know how I feel about it, Adam.
Yeah, I know.
You and I have been pushing each other for a long ass
Yeah.
time. And someday I'll catch up to your work ethic. Still working on it, and I'm getting there. But I'll get there eventually, don't you worry.
All right. So yeah. So this is full scene from season 2, minus sound design, balance, and lip flaps. But it was a fun scene. And yes, it's from episode 11, which is a while because.
I guess I'll say it if no one else will. I'm not exactly fond of this underground idea. It's gonna get cramped.
It's the best means for a surprise attack determined by General von Schuler. General Rutis agreed, so we don't really have much say in the matter.
Still don't like it.
It doesn't matter. We'll do this mission and move on. Just try to get along with Lieutenant Falden. Don't test him.
Facial hair.
You don't know how to act.
Whatever. I'll play nice for now.
He just better not get in my way. The sooner we complete this mission, the better. I have things I need to take care of.
I understand your frustration, but keep your head straight. The sooner we complete the mission, the sooner you'll be able to continue moping.
I'm gonna give a whisper.
You don't understand, so keep shut.
People die. It happens. You don't think you're the only one dealing with it, do you? You're not as special as Amy made you believe.
Adam, let go!
Stay out of this! He doesn't know! He doesn't know a damn thing!
I know more than you think.
Shut up! Do you know how it feels to watch someone you care about die? To be absolutely helpless in the face of it? And no matter how hard you fight, it's still not enough? So you're forced to watch them burn.
And I'm just there in the corner like, should I do
remains
something?
of their body, lifeless. Do you have any fucking
not in my
idea?
character to get over
Is
the
this what she wanted? For you to devolve into such a primitive state of a man? You're nothing more than a risk to all of us like this.
What was that?
Adam! That's enough.
So that's a fun scene that I've wanted to do for a while. So yeah, that was a thing. I really like Matt a lot in that role.
Dude.
What?
Sorry. Really slowed down. You slowed down the frames that I was telling you to, and it looks so fucking good. I'm so proud of you.
Which one?
Dude, the movement in that was super smooth comparatively.
Yeah.
None of it, like, and I mean this in the nicest and most constructive possible way. Season 1, everyone always had kind of like a jitteriness to their movements. And like I know you were saying earlier, a lot of that had to do with Flash as well, but like that moment where and I'm really bad with characters' names, so I apologize. But Matt's character, when he when he shifted the power of the scene, this is stupid technical actor BS, but when he shifted the power of the scene to him, and you showed that with the animation, just the smoothness of his head shifting was just really impressive, dude. Like that's miles above what you were doing.
So
I'm
sorry, keep
also
going.
to say to season 1, and I know I had this problem sometimes. It was sometimes hard to get a sense of the room space. The movement of the characters was sometimes, it was hard to, especially in the early season, it was hard to perceive where necessarily the characters were coming from and where they were going, and in the direction of like camera work and how it all spoke to that. But I think it's definitely, especially based on that clip, it's improved dramatically. It's easier to keep track of the scene.
Yeah, so fun fact about that one. You can thank David Tennant and Christopher Esselon for that, because those are my references for that scene.
You do reference that one scene where Tennant dies.
Yes, I referenced like Adam's like freak out moment was 100% from I don't want to go. David Tennant doctor moment. Because I literally was doing that like on Facebook. I was like, I need fucking references because I need to make this scene like flow and because it's important. And
I could do so much more.
Yes, this is exactly what it was from. And I was like, you know, Rooster Teeth may have his voice, but I have his fucking heart.
I think that's illegal. I think we need to alert the authorities about that one.
That one was actually a full circle moment for me as well, because I believe that was like one of the very first things I recorded for you as Steven to see if I would fit for the character.
Oh yeah, the original version, yeah.
Yeah, like when you were thinking about doing it as just an audio play and whatnot, and I remember doing that and just like, you know, I didn't have anywhere near as good of equipment as I did at the time, and then hearing that now is just like, wow, yeah, how things have changed. So
Yeah.
I mean, like hearing that was like seriously a big full circle moment for me. So just I'm very proud of seeing that finally animated and just seeing where it is now. So
thanks, dude. Looking at the chat. Yeah, no, Chris is not wrong. Every time we talk, I usually am like, LOL, what's sleep? It's not wrong at all. As far as how many hours went on that one, I don't know off the top of my head, but it was like a week. I actually busted that out pretty fast. to be honest. Because I was kind of like in focus mode because I was kind of hyped about it. I was like, I want this done badly. Let's do this one. So I actually got it done in 4 days maybe. But I don't know how much sleep was happening between those days. So
I do. I know exactly how much sleep happened in those days.
None. Yeah.
Let's be honest, Adam. Don't lie to the people. They deserve your honest answers.
0 hours.
0 hours of
Adam,
sleep.
I need to ask you a serious question.
Yeah, what's up?
If we end up moving in together, do I need to get some chloroform for you?
I literally didn't we literally just have this conversation? Because I told him, I was like, when we move to Texas and we're all local, like we're gonna have to create like a support group of who's gonna go drug Adam tonight, who's on
exactly. No,
Adam drugging duty.
We're gonna have weekly interventions.
Just I'll be overseeing everything and be like,
Natalie, hit him with the blow dart.
There's gonna be like 20 people with a copy of the house key just so we can walk in and knock Adam out so he gets some sleep.
Just find Adam there, like looking like Philip J. Fry after having like 15 cups of coffee. Like, hey guys, do you want to see what I'm working on?
See, I'm not gonna be helpful because I'm just gonna be like, have some more coffee.
Yeah, no. See, you know what? They say this, but I have my protection plans here. One, I'll just hide with Amber because I know she has the same fucking mindset that I have. So, I'll like avoid all that bullshit.
No, we're gonna get her.
Sleeping gas got it.
Call me
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'll karate knock you out.
Let's be like,
there's
knockout.
a question in chat that says, do you have any ideas besides Shattered Heaven in your arsenal?
I do, but that doesn't mean they're ever gonna happen. Listen,
There was another
this
question
is
asking... Oh, sorry.
No.
Follow my rune.
I can't call it that because technically that is attached to those we do not speak of anymore.
No. I know, but the revamped, not IP complicated.
I want to, but to be honest, like I'll probably touch on them when Shattered Heavens is done. And by done, I don't mean the animated series. I mean the novels are out.
That's a good idea.
Like when the novels are out, I'll be like, all right, because I'm sorry, go.
You drew a comic that was very, 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 very good that you should also consider exploring.
Yeah, the time is very hard. Very hard. The comic that she's referring to is the epilogue to the book that will be available when the book's out. That was fun. I do want to do some comic stuff. But it's really the time. Like, I think once the books are out and once season 2 is like properly going, and I feel better. Like, okay, I'm doing shit, stuff's out again. Because it's very hard to watch. I'm very happy for all my friends that are getting stuff done. I'm very happy for them when they have like a new announcement and a new role. But I just feel left behind because I'm like, I haven't put anything new out yet. I am useless. This sucks.
It's the worst.
I feel that.
It sucks so much.
Yeah, it sucks.
Even though technically I'm still working on stuff and I know I am doing something, but since nothing is out, available, tangible, like this is out for sale now, where everyone else is like, look at this new thing that I dropped that you can go purchase, or look at this new thing that's out that you can go watch, and it's very like it hurts because you're like, this is just a reminder that you're not keeping up with what you should be doing. Even though it's a bullshit mentality.
Yeah, no, don't think that at all because it's not true. What you're doing requires so much more time dedicated to it. And I'm not up here trying to say, oh, voice acting.
No, I know exactly.
We walk in, and even on a large role, we walk in and you may have 3 or 4 hours of recording. In 3 or 4 hours of animating, you might have maybe 45 seconds of content. Like the time frames are completely different. You can't expect of yourself to be able to push out content at that rate. And I don't think anybody here expects that of you either.
Yeah.
Also, the reminder that you're also doing this along with a full-time job.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing voiceover, at least we're getting paid.
Huge
Yeah,
mood.
as long as we're doing voiceover and things like that, we're getting paid to do it, so it's still a part of the job. But like you're doing a lot of this stuff in what's technically considered your free time. You're working, and it's a lot of work. It's tedious work, so it takes a lot of time. So
Free time, what is that?
What is free time? Also, Greg, to answer your other question, where you were talking about the scene where Steven was sitting in the back room and like, oh, should I do something? This is what would happen if you tried to do something. It is now on stream.
So what you're saying is he
I thought,
absolutely
to be honest, you know what? I was honestly expecting a clip of Shawn Michaels just super kicking everybody.
Listen, I haven't. I'm going to do this, by the way, before I'm back from vacation, because you made the joke about us being like, HBK and you being Mario Jannetty. Yes, I am going to be drawing. Steven getting super kicked through a window.
I came up with this joke a while ago that the way Adam asks for line is just. It's just HBK going, see, I just kick Stan, and it just proceeds to super kick everybody just like this. Adam just like, lines!
Yeah, it's a thing. It's fun. Look, it's like I have a logical head where if anyone was telling me what I'm saying, I'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're doing plenty. You're fine. But when it's yourself, it's very hard to, acknowledge that's a thing. But to be honest, and this is really weird, and I still don't know how I feel about this yet, is season 2 right now and the quality that it's out, I'm actually really confident and happy with it, and that's new. It's very fucking weird, because I'm at the point now. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm good. And I think I had to burn the shit out of myself to get to that point. But I'm also happy because, and this, I guarantee you, like between this trailer and fucking like the Caleb Adam clip, this is definitely why Curb was like, we'll do simpler for Dragonstar, because I might be going a bit too far with Shattered Heaven's detail, but I'm happy with it because I'm trying.
No, that's the thing. I think he said that, but I know Adam, you said in your mind, "Oh, that's cute."
I did say that.
Telling me to make it simpler. Yeah, exactly. I knew it.
I feel like even if you had like massive posters and post-it notes all over your workspace saying "simple is better," go simple.
He wouldn't do it.
Yeah, no, you'd.
No, but I am doing it. I am doing it for Dragonstar though, 100%, because if I'm gonna balance 2 animated web series of my own, I gotta be smart. I can't do both of them at this level. But if I could do simpler with Dragonstar, it will make life easier and we can get stuff out. And I also feel like I'm at a level now.
Your own animation studio that you can like.
I want to, like, realistically, I would love to, but the problem is, I would love to make get other animators together to do indie content, but it's very hard to find people that way. I don't want to sound egotistical, and I'm really trying not to. It's very hard.
Speak and type at the same time. Adam.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm tired.
No, just stop it with "it's very hard" and say nothing.
Yeah, I know. See, it shows how much I'm burned out. I'm like, I can do 2 things at once. What? No, it's very what was my train of thought? It's very hard to.
It's very hard to get animators together.
It is very hard to get animators together. It's the egotistical thing where I've had people offer to help animate Shattered Heaven, and I don't trust animators in general because, one, I'm not paying anyone because I don't get paid. I'm very lucky, and it's a very rare thing to have the talent that I have working with me not wanting money for it.
Wait, sorry, we're not getting paid for this?
Maybe in coffee.
You know, I think I
haven't gotten that yet. Where's my
I'll take that.
Yeah, I know, she'll take that.
Grandma's
it's
on
like I pay my voice actors get paid in coffee and plushies of their characters. That's how it happened. That's how I pay them. I would love to get a budget.
I'll probably pay people in coffees for Dragonstar, at least all the people who live out here.
Yo, they'll love it because you'll just introduce them to Mexican mochas, and that'll be it for them.
I've always heard about this legendary elixir.
It's fucking amazing.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's so amazing.
But I gotta go, guys, because I've got a convention I'm leaving for tomorrow, and I still have to pack.
Thank you for hanging
go,
out. Really appreciate you making the time, especially after your session. means a lot. You've always been a big part of this project and a really good friend. So.
Well, thank you a lot for having me, Adam, and congratulations on the anniversary for Shattered Heaven. This has been quite a ride over the years.
Oh yeah, I'm insane.
And by the way, Kira, before you go, I just want to say one thing. You're definitely the bigger JoJo fan than I am.
No shit.
So.
Did that really need to
I do
be
have
said?
a tattoo of the Joestar birthmark. Let's
Exactly. I mean, like, I can't do that shit. I'm too much of a wuss. So.
I didn't realize that was up for debate.
Yeah, I know exactly. I was like,
I
really?
was just about to say.
No one really thought that was a
JoJo fan here. I'm like, hello. So.
Yeah, but you're not on that level. Anyway, go have fun. Go pack and have a good convention.
Enjoy the con. Stay
Yeah,
happy.
it's yes. We all know that Kira should be Jolene in the dub when it eventually happens.
yes.
Yes, that is a universal fact.
Yes. So, all right. So,
Right.
thanks again.
Bye.
Later.
Bye, Kira.
Bye.
So,
Like, and unfortunately, to piggyback on that goodbye.
no, it's fine because you're
take
on
up as
break,
well.
aren't you? So that's cool.
My,
Thanks.
my break ended 10 minutes ago.
Dude, what did you say? So? Dude, Mark,
You
thanks
on
for
break this whole time?
Yeah.
Well, Mark, thanks for stopping by and being able to watch your
thanks for
trailer
having
debut
me,
live.
for
I get
real.
to put that on YouTube officially in a bit.
Hell yeah, dude! I will boost the crap out of it.
We're gonna have fun this season, dude. Oh my god, it's gonna be so
I'm
much
excited.
Fun. We're gonna have so
Dude,
much fun.
I can't tell you why I'm excited because spoilers, but
Yes.
like I'm really excited. So
It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me back. And
no problem, dude.
Congratulations! It looks fantastic, dude.
Thank
I can
you.
see all the work.
And can I also say it's going to be awesome to finally work with you, Mark. So.
You mean again?
I don't think we've actually ever worked together.
Lies. I've worked with everyone.
Full novel again.
No, I don't. I don't.
Mark has a point.
Well, then streak's broken because I'm pretty sure we've never worked together. So,
dude,
You know what's it's like? I'm just gonna say this right now. I remember this one time that we did an audio of that exact war scene where Dumbass was in it. So yes, you've worked with him.
fuck off.
Exactly.
Also, I've been doing this for like 12 years.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure at some point we were in something together. We may not have known it, but I'm pretty sure it's happened.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, perhaps. I don't know. I've got a bad memory.
So you do have a
As
bad
Adam will
memory.
attest to.
Just put it on your resume. It'll make you look less appealing. It's fine.
I have a shit
Work
record.
with
I have a
Mark
yeah.
Allen Jr. And then they'll never hire you.
Oh jeez. Oh my
It's
god.
because it's me. I'm the factor. That's the problem. Anyway,
All right, go.
no, for real though. Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks for letting me jump in. And
Yeah, anytime, dude. Thanks for popping by.
Yeah, man. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, take care, man.
See you, Mark.
Bye bye.
Bye, Neo. Bye.
But yeah, with
On
the whole
that note, I
yeah.
also have to.
Yeah,
go.
we're probably it's
I'm
winding
sorry.
down.
I was
Oh,
gonna
good.
say like it is late. I mean, it's past midnight. Maybe
Oh
we
shit,
should
it is
wrap
past
it up.
midnight. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Great time. Great
Yeah.
time. Great stream.
No longer the
Had a
5th
blast.
anniversary.
Yeah. No, that's good because I should probably check on my dog because he's probably gonna want to pee.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well, my
I
doggy.
want to say too that I've been part of this for a while. I've been part of this when the original series was going on. I'm part of this when the reboot is going on, and I mean, I've been honored to be part of this every step of the way, and to see you, how things have evolved with your style and your work ethic, and just the story and everything. And having also read the first 2 books, I mean, I have a serious appreciation for your work, and I'm in awe of what you've done here, like both in writing and in animation. And I mean, it kind of brings back these about how I wanted to do animation at some point. Then I stopped pursuing it. But honestly, I'm really happy and I'm really honored to be here. And I'm proud to say I'm part of this. So
Thanks, dude. I mean, it's totally awkward now that I'm killing him, but.
you know, why do you always have to do that? I always try to have a heart to heart.
Nah, dude, I appreciate it. You've grown a lot, and you know.
Thank you.
you've been
I'll
there.
take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
He's like, shit. I'm not gonna get anything better than that.
I'm probably
I'll
not
settle.
at this rate,
I'll
so-
settle for that one. Nah, I appreciate it, dude. So, this is gonna be some fun
It's
times.
so exciting. Yeah, it's so exciting to see all of this happen and come to fruition and be able to celebrate something as crazy as you getting to this point and the things where you just go, oh, there's no way that's gonna happen, and then you go, well, you're the first one who made it happen. That's pretty insane.
I don't know how to deal with compliments. Fucking positive shit. It's weird.
Listen,
Fucking
I've
go
been
home.
with you. I've been with this man for a while, and I've watched you, moving your way up, doing the best you can.
He's a fucking punch a lamppost. What is
the
this?
boyhood, the punch lamppost, the boyhood dream comes true. There's a point where you lost your smile, and it took a while to come back. Then you hurt your back, and you had to retire for a bit. But then you came back.
You came back.
I thought you'd come back, and you came back. You came back hard, man. And
Came back with the NWO.
Yeah, which no one really wants to remember, but you
No,
still
we
did
don't.
it.
That's
I'm
just-
gonna give you credit.
We don't want to talk about that.
No, but yeah, you've been rocking it hard. Just don't run into your Undertakers anytime soon, and you'll do great.
But the Undertaker gives him one of his best matches.
No, I'm talking about Adam. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, dude? What? All right, guys. Huge thanks to everyone that hung out for the past 3.5 hours. Huge thanks to Ellie, for auto host, me and Zuni and Greg and Omega and all that stuff. Thanks for everyone that hung out in the stream, that came, my entire cast that showed up. Amber, even though she ducked out early, I got to miss her Sharon moments, but that's cool. I'll just force them on her on Twitter. Just like Natalie and Kira and Greg and Travis and Chris for everything. It's been it was fun. I'm really happy with the stream, and now I can go take a break and sleep.
You're not gonna take a break.
That'll last for like an hour. Maybe not even. It'll last for 10 minutes, and then you'll be like, well, time to get back to animating.
Yeah, no, well, I'll get a message, or I'll wake up in the morning and I'll see a message. So I had this idea, and I picked it up, and what do you think of this full animatic I just drew? No big deal.
It'd be like,
Get
how'd
to
you have
those
time
sound
for it?
effects.
I was asleep, and my body just runs on its own muscle memory at this point.
And I'm gonna get the message of, where's Devil Trigger? Make me Devil Trigger now.
Yo, he is
Next
making me a
song,
Devil
next
Trigger
song.
track. I love you guys. This season's gonna be fun. I feel like it's just gonna be a
He
really
said
good
it.
one.
He said he loved me.
What have
That's
you
on
done?
stream. That's archived.
Yeah.
Going at him, he's probably gonna go back and be like, you guys.
No, I'll just edit with an exception.
Except Greg.
Man,
Put it in text.
Greg is Marty Jannetty. Holy shit.
But
I
no,
need to create a special streaming animation that's
Actually,
that's
Travis,
just
I
it
made that
just
joke a
pops
while
up and
ago,
says,
where it's like,
what I just said does not apply to Greg.
yo, I will make that emote once I make I'm 7 away from now. 7 away. So
Yeah, Travis, I did make that joke where Adam should do this thing where he draws Steven and Adam like Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, and I realized that means that he throws me through a glass window of a saloon, and he goes to have a lengthy singles career while I have nothing. So
Adam and Steven, screw that. Adam and Greg, just put their heads on there. It'd be more accurate.
oh my god, you guys are amazing. So yeah, I guess I should probably call it the stream. So thanks for watching season 1. It actually wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. I was able to watch it properly without crying. That was nice. So
Almost choked, but other than that.
yeah, aside from almost dying on invisible something or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so thanks guys for hanging out, and I'll be setting up an actual stream schedule. I might be streaming Monster Hunter mainly this week, because then there'll be video evidence of me taking a break.
yeah, really.
The low stress game of fighting behemoths.
Dude,
No, Travis, not anymore.
Tomorrow, it'll just be Adam streamed for 12 hours playing Monster Hunter. I'm like, that counts as a break, guys.
It's just
And then
Travis
for the
crying
rest of the
whole
month,
time.
he's just doing nothing but animating.
I mean,
Constant behemoth.
Look. When
I could
when
finish-
I'm over there for SummerSlam this coming weekend, I'll make sure you take a break, okay?
I could finish the fashion art book now. Let me get
You
on.
know, that break.
It is a break.
Working.
It is a break. It's a break from animation. Ha ha! Loophole. All right,
so-
guys.
Well, yeah. Adam, happy 5th anniversary of Shattered Heaven.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, invisible person that I barely tolerate.
I love you too.
Yeah, no. All right. All right, guys. Have a good night. All right, take care.